streaming live. Look us up on YouTube. St. Paul versus Osborne. It should come up. I formation, Carlson fullback, Albertini at tailback. Everybody leaves except for the football. It's going to be a penalty on the Indians. It's going to push them back. It's going to bring second down and 12 for the Indians on the false start.
That's going to be one of the things St. Paul's got to watch for the night, making those mental mistakes early on here, first possession. That's the last thing you want to see is giving negative yards on a penalty. So hopefully they get that cleaned up. Had some trouble with that earlier in the season, committing a lot of penalties. That'll be one of the things I know Coach Wattrick really has been harping on the Indians.
On a ball control type night, you cannot have those kind of penalties. Second down and 12 for the Indians, Bourne up under center. Pitch option to left to Albertini. He's got a little runner around the left-hand side. Second down by Sure, but not until he's close to a first down around that left side. Sure, most of the yardage on the year for Osborne. Their fullback, come back from that free safety position, got over there quickly, and a good option, ran to the left side. It's going to bring up a third down and 1 as the ball sets at the 34-yard line.
Albertini looking pretty good on that sore ankle so far. Hopefully that's going to hold up for him.
High formation, Carlson fullback, Albertini at tailback, Bourne up under center. Linebackers creeping up for Osborne, handing off to Albertini, looking for some running room. He's going to be very close to first down. I think he may have got it just by inches if the spot, according to this left side, is right on the ball. It's right on the yard line. Ooh, it's going to be just short. A little bit short. It is going to be fourth down now they're going to move it ahead. It's going to be fourth down and less than and a yard as the Indians are going to line up to go for it here. Fourth and inches. Official timeout. Now he's going to ask, I believe Coach Watcher's going to ask for measurements. By rights, you should. And it does look like it's going to be about a nose of the football short of a first down. It's very, very close as Albertini got just across the 25 on the return. So the field position started at the 25. So this is going to be extraordinarily close to the first down. I mean, it's 2 inches short, about 3 inches short. So let's see what the Indians line up to do. Albertini had a little bit of running if he'd have dove forward, but got stood up at the line of scrimmage by Osborne. Held him up just short. So big spot in the game right to start with here to start this ball game.
Good penetration by the Osborne defensive line on that last play to make that stop just short of the first down.
Ball sets on the 35-yard line. Here's the snap. Hand off to Carlson. Carlson's got some running room. He's got the first down and a little bit more. Still running hard. Still pulling people. Cross midfield down to the 30 to the 28-yard line. Good hard run by Colin Carlson.
Yeah, that was Colin Carlson with about a 21-yard run that met him at the line of scrimmage, and he just drug Osborne Bulldogs with him the whole 21 yards. What a run by Colin Carlson.
First and 10 for the Indians down to the Osborne 30-yard line. A good hard run by Carlson. Had some help from his teammates, dragging people with him. First and 10 for the Indians. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. 10:27 left to go in the first. Shotgun formation. Here comes the snap. Bourne with the football. Looking for some room. Cuts back up the middle. It's going to have a little bit of a gain as he stood up and pushed backwards now, but forward progress is going to give him a couple-yard gain, I believe. Exactly that. Call it second down and 8 for the Indians. Ball to about the 27-yard line.
The Indians got a nice drive going here so far now. They keep it going. Second and long. We'll look to see if they stick with Bourne. They like to run that option, the belly option, to either side of the field, especially when it's in the middle. It'll get a lot of running room each side.
Same formation. You got Anthony Albertini as kind of a slot to the right. Shotgun formation. The false start again by the Indians as the snap count was wrong again. It's going to be a false start on the Indians. That's 2, and the first 2 penalties on the Indians is both false starts. Going to push them back to second and 12. Ball now pushed back to the 33-yard line. Call it second and 13.
Indians been their own worst enemy so far on this drive with these 2 mental mistake penalties. The offensive line going, actually it's on the center, really. You know, the snap count, the center's job to know the snap count, and everyone else moved, but he didn't snap the ball.
Well, we're not sure who's it on. Now 2 receivers split to the right is Doherty and Albertini. Single back set is Carlson. Here comes the snap. Option to the left. Bourne's going to keep it. Tries to get some run to the right side. He's going to gain about 4 yards back. It's going to bring third down and 8 for the Indians as they try to spread Osborne out. Got to get them nerves out of the way. 2 false starts could be a little bit wanting to get out, fire off, and hit somebody, but you still got to go on the snap count. Third down and 9.
We watched the Indians warming up before the game, Dan, and there's a lot of fire in them down there. They're excited to play tonight, you can tell.
2 receivers wide to the left, Albertini and Doherty. Single is in the shotgun is Bourne. Third down and 9 for the Indians. Going to roll to his left. Now he's going to cut back to the center of the field. He's in a lot of trouble back there taken down. And he's going to lose about 2 yards. Going to bring up 4th down and a long 10 for the Indians.
David Bourne is sacked on the play for a loss of 2 yards.
As Doherty and Albertini covered well down the field. Good pressure by Osborne. 4th and a long 10. Indians going to have to hustle up with the play here on this big 4th down play. Ball spotted. Osborne 30-yard line. I'd be tempted to punt here. Looks like the Indians are going to line up to go for it.
You have to hurry. Back judge is counting.
Bourne in the shotgun. And it's going to be a timeout on Wattrick. I knew that was taking a long time on the sideline getting the play in. Coach Wattrick and Bourne discussing what they wanted to run. And with that, Wattrick had to call it. Coach Wattrick had to call a timeout on this big 4th and 10 coming up as we are just underway here. 4 minutes already gone in this ball game as the Indians kind of going back and forth. A couple false starts pinned them back, but a good hard run by Colin Carlson with 20-yard run on 4th and short. Give the Indians the ball back down to the 30-yard line, and a 2-yard run by Bourne, and then a false start. Now all of a sudden it's 4th and 10. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line.
Bourne rolled out to the left side on that pass play on 3rd down. Didn't have much room, and good penetration by the defensive ends for Osborne. They weren't fooled on the rollout pass, and they did a good job of containing him.
4th and 10. We'll see what Coach Wattrick lines up. Calls here during the timeout. Doherty in the game, the big, tall wide receiver for the Indians, as well as Adam Albertini, Caleb Pekka, Colin Carlson, Kobe Spielbush, Grant Hutcherson, Anthony Albertini, all in the game. Bourne in the shotgun, 2 receivers wide to the left. Back to pass is Bourne, looking across the middle, going to throw it deep for Albertini, and it's going to be tipped, knocked incomplete.
They were wanting the flag, but I don't think they're going to get it down there. Had a little baby flag on Albertini, but it wasn't a lot of contact.
Contact Albertini, nothing called, so the Osborne's going to take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
It'll be Osborne's ball.
Albertini had a little bit of room. The ball was just over his shoulder, kind of got held up. He stuck one hand up in the air. He couldn't even get 2 hands in the air to grab the football, so Indians upset they didn't call the hold on Albertini. 1st and 10 for Osborne at their own 30. In the shotgun is Darnell Holloway by himself. In motion is Scher. Hand off to Scher around the left side. Looking for some running room. It's going to be piled up after a couple-yard gain as they try to stretch out around the left side. Caleb Pekka in on that tackle. It's going to be a gain of about 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Ball spotted at the 37.5-yard line. Call it the 38. Same formation. Holloway in the shotgun. Scher set up to his right in the slot. Now motion from left to right. Holloway's going to keep it. Got a little bit of running room. Missed tackles. Another missed tackle. And he's going to be gone, but I see a flag back here about the 35-yard line. So a couple missed tackles by the Indians, but we have a flag. It's going to be a hold on Osborne. Holding against Osborne is going to push that ball back and going to cancel out a touchdown run by Holloway.
Big break there for the Indians.
Coach Wattrick upset at Hutcherson not to wrap up. There's a couple of Indians had a shot at him for no gain on the play. Let him slide away, and he broke a tackle around the right-hand side. He went, but a holding call is going to push Osborne back. No score in the game. 7:13 left to go here in the first. As St. Paul got the ball down to Osborne 30-yard line, could go no further. Now 2nd down and 17 for Osborne. The ball back at the 24-yard line. Darian Holloway split wide to the right, 1 to the left. In the shotgun is Darnell. It's going to be a pass, a little out to him. He catches it. Hess tries to come up and make a move and tackle. He's going to gain about 5 or 7 yards on the play. A little quick out to Holloway, and that quickness shows. Hess give him some room. Now it's going to be 3rd down and call it 7.
Complete to Damian Holloway from Darnell Holloway, the quarterback.
And the ball is going to be spotted about the 33-yard line.
That'll bring the ball up to the
big 3rd down and 7 for the Indian defense here.
Indian defense got a chance to make a stand here, get the ball back.
Holloway in the shotgun. Wide to the right is brother Darian Holloway. Set to Darnell is Scher to his left. Back to pass again. Looking deep for him this time. Throws it deep. and it's going to be caught. And he's out of bounds, incomplete, no flag on the coverage. It's Joseph Hess. As the pass goes out of bounds, it's going to be 4th down and 7. He makes the catch, but he was out of bounds when he made the catch. The ball is incomplete.
Darnell Holloway showing a heck of an arm there. He threw that ball a long ways. He just stood right up in the pocket. He's a tall kid, and he could see all the way down the field. Made a nice throw. Also a nice catch down here, just a little bit out of bounds.
No contact by Hess, but Hess needs to learn to turn his head around. He just had his hand up in the air, wasn't face guarding. He did a good job of staying off of him, but he really needs to turn that head in order to avoid that penalty. 4th down and 8. Let's see what the Bulldogs elect to do. Now Holloway's going to back up kind of into punt formation. Nobody back deep for the Indians. And he's going to do a little swift punt. Nobody back for the Indians, so we'll see where this ball ends up as it bounces, rolls towards. It's going to be a nice punt to about the 4-yard line. So the Indians going to be pinned deep here. I've seen them practicing during that warm-up, kind of a rollout by Holloway. So the Indians, I'm sure, have seen stuff on film where they've went for that in the past, so they have to really be cautious there. Indians take over possession of the ball. They hold Osborne on their first possession, so tight ball game here so far. No score in the game. 6:32 left to go here in the first. Bourne comes in off the sideline with the play from Coach Wattrick. Indians pinned back deep at their own 4-yard line.
And he's going to have to really be careful down here that close to their own end zone.
Can't have no false starts here, make it any worse than it is. Up to the line, I formation. Carlson at fullback. Albertini at tailback. Bourne up under center. It's going to be a pass. Play action pass, Bourne across the middle of the field over the head of Pekka by a long ways. 2 Osborne Bulldogs on the coverage. Indians tried to fool Osborne, but they did not bite. Good coverage by Scher and Holloway.
Risky call there on 1st down. Bourne dropped back into the end zone. May have had his man. He just overthrew him a little bit by about 3 or 4 yards.
2nd down and 10 from our own 4-yard line. Indians kind of need to get out of this hole. Bourne comes up under center, I formation. Carlson at fullback, Albertini at tailback. Here's the snap. Going to run to left side. Option. Nowhere to go for Albertini. He's going to be ripped down after no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Indians. Pinned back at their own 5-yard line. Give him a half yard. Osborne did not bite on the option that time as Holloway comes up to make that tackle on Albertini.
Bulldog defense just strung that play out as far as they could and kept him from being able to turn that upfield.
Holman comes out, and Doherty goes in this big 3rd and 10. Indians pinned back inside their own 5-yard line. Bourne comes in from the sideline with the play. 5:54 left to go in the first. No score in the game.
Indians going to have to hurry up. They're taking a lot of time to count already.
It's on in the back judge again. Coach Wattrick is not going to use another timeout. Here's a snap. Back to pass is Bourne. Going to get rid of it, and he does get rid of it over the head of everybody by a mile as Doherty. Ball falls incomplete as Bourne was pressured hard by the right defensive end. It's going to put the Indians in punt formation here as they was able to go nowhere, pinned back deep in their own territory. Spillbush going to have to reel off a good punt here. First punt of the game by the Indians. Albertini comes up to the line of scrimmage over the ball. Spillbush standing about 4 yards deep in the end zone. They have to have a good snap here. 4th and 10 for the Indians from their own 5. It is a good snap. No pressure by Osborne. Kicks it away from Holloway. It's going to bounce out of bounds about the 34-yard line, so it's going to be excellent field position for Osborne. As they flip field position, looks like it's going to be about the 36-yard line. So not a bad punt by Spillbush, trying to keep it away from dangerous Holloway brothers. So the Bulldogs are going to be in Indian territory as we play the field position game here. Score is 0-0, 5:30 left to go here in the first quarter. One receiver out wide to the left, one to the right. In the shotgun is Holloway. Scher set to his left. Good snap. It's going to be Scher up the middle. He's going to be chopped down after about a 3-4 yard gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. We're going to give him 4. Ball down to the 33-yard line.
Great Darius Hollow on the carry for the Osborne Bulldogs. He picked up 4 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 6.
2nd down and 6. I formation. Scher at fullback. Holloway at tailback. Here comes the snap. Holloway's going to pitch it to Holloway, going around the left-hand side. He's got some running room, going to be knocked out of bounds, but he's going to be close to the first down. Going to keep him in bounds. It's going to bring third down and short, I believe. Less than a yard. That speed by Darian Holloway. He's got some speed getting out there, and sure got out there and made a lead block. Third down and less than a yard for the Bulldogs. Ball down to the 26-yard line in the Indian territory at their own. Indians, 26-yard line. I formation, sure at fullback. Darian Holloway at tailback. Darnell Holloway up under center. It's going to be hand off to Darian Holloway. He's going to have a first down. He's going to be knocked down after about a 3-yard gain. Crosses the 25 down to the 23-yard line. Stillbush with the tackle. 4:18 left to go in the first. No score in the game.
Bulldogs mixing it up here, prodding in the middle, running things right up the gut, and then they'll bounce one outside. A lot of different looks and combinations here on formations as well. For the
First and 10, ball at the 23-yard line. I formation again. Sure at fullback. Holloway at tailback. Here comes the snap. Hand off to Holloway off the left-hand side. Going to have a nice running hard up through there. Head of steam built up. Going to have a 3 or 4 yard gain. Going to bring up second down and 6. Call it 7. Ball at the 20-yard line.
For the Bulldogs.
Darian Holloway, they fire off and they fly through there quick. Linebackers are going to have to come up them holes quick and make a sure tackle on them.
Yeah, Darian Holloway's got 802 yards rushing on the season and 14 touchdowns. He's a load to tackle back there running that hard.
Got to watch for that belly option here in a little bit. And Darnell Holloway, keep it. Second down and 6, ball up to 20. And here it is, going to roll out to his right, looking to pass. Looks to the right side. It's going to fall incomplete. Thank goodness. And number 18 was open on the play, Cade Miller, but the ball falls incomplete. It's going to bring up third down and 7 for the Bulldogs from in Indian territory at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Holloway rolled out to his right, had 3 receivers also rolling out to the right side of the field. Had a lot of targets to look at out there. It was pretty good defense by St. Paul on that pass play.
Third down and 7. One receiver wide to the right, one to the left. Sure, single back set. Holloway up under center. Here comes the snap. It's going to be a little quick pass, and he's going to drop it. It's going to fall incomplete. It's going to bring up fourth down and 6. Pass was intended for Darian Holloway.
Bring up fourth down and 6.
Bourne was on the coverage. Bourne giving him a little cushion. They was looking to get it to him and let him make a move and use his quickness, but he dropped the football. Fourth down and 6. So a big play coming up here for the Indians on fourth down. Look for Holloway. Darnell Holloway dropped back to pass, but maybe even you got to watch him in that shotgun formation. He's in the pistol, slot receiver to his right and left. Here's his motion. He's going to keep it to his left. Now it's a little shovel pass, but good job by the Indians. No gain on the play. Couldn't turn over on downs at the 19. Tried to shovel pass to sure inside. The Indians run that same exact play a little bit. No avail to the Indians' defense. They hold Osborne, take over possession of the football at their own 18-yard line.
Yeah,
good defensive stand, Mike.
That was a good defensive stand. Good credit to the Indians. They stayed home. They didn't panic on that rollout by Holloway. They stayed home and were there to cover that receiver on that little shovel pass. It's a nicely designed play, but good defense by the Indians.
Bourne up under center. Carlson at fullback. Albertini at tailback. Up to the line of scrimmage. First and 10 for the Indians. Hand off to Carlson. Bourne's going to keep it. Got out a little running room. Still got it running hard. Ball comes out late. And they didn't blow the whistle, and they're going to give that to Osborne, as Bourne thought he was down on the plays. He had that football ripped out, and Osborne's going to take over in the first turnover of the game. Gives them the football back at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
It's going to be all about controlling mistakes, not making mistakes either mentally or on turnovers, and there's the first one of the game for St. Paul.
Bourne running hard, had a nice 7-yard gain on the play. Couple Osborne, and that was Holloway who ripped that out. I seen him as he was stood up, reaching in there and jerked that football out. And they did not stop forward progress. One receiver wide to the right and left. Single back set is Sure. Here comes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Sure. No, Holloway's going to keep it. It's got some running room. Peckett comes up. He gets stiff-armed. Out of bounds. They knock him after a nice 7-8 yard gain. There's that belly option around the right side. It's going to be an 8-9 yard gain on the play. Actually, it's going to be close to a first down. It's going to be less than a yard to go. So it's going to bring up second down and short.
St. Paul territory. The second down.
They're going to give him the first down. Yep. Now, but what's pointing first down? Oh, he's telling him to move.
Boy, I don't see how that was a first down, but I guess he called it. So now they're going to go ahead and let him have it. First and 10. Ball at the 15-yard line. I formation. Holloway up under center. It's going to be handoff to the left of Holloway. He's got some running room. Nice 7-yard gain on the play across the 10 down to the 9 on the Bravenborn turnover. Now Holloway's down to the 9-yard line, so the Indians defense really going to have to stiffen up here. With 2:47 left to go here in the first quarter, no score in the game.
Osborne smelling a little blood in the water here. That's deep into St. Paul territory. They're just forcing themselves right down the middle of the field.
2nd down and 4. Ball spotted just inside the 10. 2 receivers wide to the left. In the shotgun is Holloway. Set to his right is Sure. Here's a shotgun snap. Good snap. Holloway's going to keep it. Looking for some room right side. Chopped down after he crosses the 5. He's going to have a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal for Osborne at the 3-yard line. Actually, the 2-yard line. As Osborne threatens off of the Indian turnover. 1st and goal for Osborne. Ball spotted just outside the 2-yard line. I formation, Sure at fullback. Darian Holloway at tailback. Darnell under center. Handoff to the fullback. Sure, he's going to be stood up. Still running hard. Bottled up by the Indians. No gain on the play. 2nd and goal. Good job by the Indians. Phil Bush. Albertini getting up in there.
Will be tackled for no gain. That'll bring up 2nd down and goal to go at the 3-yard line.
A lot of options. A lot of athletes for Osborne with Holloway, and Sure. So look for 2nd and goal. See what Osborne lines up. Just under a minute and a half left to go here in the first quarter. No score. Up under center, I formation. Sure, fullback, Holloway at tailback. It's a pitch to Holloway around the left side. Trying to string it out the Indians. Cuts back. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Osborne. They get on the board first off of the Indian turnover. As the speed of Holloway got around the outside, the Indians tried to stretch that play out, and Holloway was able to get around the left side for a 2-yard touchdown run. Pending the extra point, 1:22 left to go here in the first. Osborne leads 6-0. Indians doing a pretty good job on defense, but had the ball on offense, had a little bit of gain on 1st down, but Bourne had that ball stripped away from him as Holloway ripped that ball loose from him. Pending the extra point, 6-0. Osborne. 1 receiver wide to the right, 1 to the left. Sure, the single back set. Holloway up under center. And that's going to be a flag on Osborne as they took a long time in the huddle. They was trying to rush up there, and it ends up being a false start. You could tell they was rushing, trying to get that play off, so it's going to push them back 5 yards on the extra point. So it'll be a 7.5-yard extra point try.
Extra points are always important, especially in 8-man football, so if the Indians can keep them out of here.
8-yard extra point try. So, pending extra point, Osborne gets on the board first here with 1:34 in the first. They lead 6-0. 2 wide receivers wide to the left. Holloway in the shotgun. Sure set to his right. Holloway signals out to the left. He's back to pass. Looking across the middle. It's going to be caught. Extra point is good. Holloway to Holloway. 8-0 is the score. Osborne leads. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. You listen to St. Paul Indian football on Hot 105.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village in St. Paul provides services to people in their retirement years. Prairie Mission meets a wide range of needs from healthcare to assisted living and independent living apartments to elderly daycare services, including transportation. With our 7 to 7 dining, residents get up when they desire, eat when and what they want, and continue to live a full and happy life. Your family deserves the best in retirement care, so give Prairie Mission Retirement Village a call today for more information at 620-449-2400. Or visit them at 242 Carroll Street in St. Paul.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Welcome back to Miles Field in St. Paul, Kansas, where Osborne gets on the board first, and they lead 8-0 after the turnover by the Indians in their own territory. The 25-yard line, Osborne put together a 25-yard drive, topped off by a Holloway run around the left side. Darian Holloway, and then on the extra point, 8-yard extra point try from Darrell to Darian on the crossing pattern. Borden was on the coverage, but he was just a little bit too far behind Holloway. Good pass and catch. Makes the score 8-0, 1:22 left to go here in the first quarter. Albertini back deep. Darrell Holloway with the kick. It's going to be run squirts towards the left side. Keaton Kennedy on the return, 25, 30, 35, 40, running hard across midfield. That should be a face mask. Good return across the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Don't see a flag, but his head sure was turned around bad on that play.
Yeah, he got grabbed on the part of the tackle, and nobody saw it apparently, but it was a darn good run back on the kickoff return. A little bit of a short kick by Holloway. Good thing for St. Paul went to Keaton Kennedy, who's a backup running back and did a good job at it. Made a nice return on that kick.
1st and 10 for the Indians in Osborne territory to start this drive. Carlson at fullback, Albertini at tailback. Hand off to Albertini, left side, looking for some running room. Makes some good hard upfield run, couple cuts. He's going to have like a 5-yard gain on first down to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 5 for the Indians. As good blocking by the line gives him about a 5-yard gain. This is going to all come down, well, we don't know if it's going to come down to this, but tackling is going to be a big part of this game, Mike. You can see it already.
Yeah, it's going to be important for both sides on tackling.
I formation, 2nd and 5, Bourne up under center. Hand off to Albertini, same way. Trying to cut to his right this time. Cuts back to his left. Running hard. Ball's on the ground again, and Osborne has it again.
Fumble on the play.
2 turnovers by the Indians. Osborne ball back again.
Turnovers and tackling. The 2 T's.
Indians trying to run it hard, trying to make extra yardage. Bourne on the first time. That time, Adam Albertini. And twice that ball got stripped loose. And Osborne right there to take it over.
Adam did a good job. He was met at the line of scrimmage, and I thought he was going to go down, but he squirted free. Just got to protect that ball because Osborne does a good job reaching in there and trying to strip it out.
1st and 10 for Osborne. Back at the 26-yard line. In the shotgun is Holloway. Motion, Sure from right to left. Hand off to Sure around the left side. Had him back there deep. He's got some running room. Now Spielbush runs him down as Bourne had a shot at him about 3 yards deep in their own backfield and misses the tackle. It's going to be a nice, looks like about a 7-yard gain as the yard marker man gets picked up. We're going to call it a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Good job from Bourne getting up there trying to make that, but he missed the tackle. There's that Sure tackling. 31 seconds left to go in the first. Osborne with the ball again off the 2nd Indian turnover. I formation. Sure at fullback. Holloway at tailback. Hand off to Holloway off the left side. Another missed tackle by the Indians as Albertini, he got in there quick. He needs to rip the ball back away from them and give them a dose of their own medicine. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a yard. Anthony Albertini in the backfield had a shot at Holloway, and 2 missed tackles in a row. It's still going to be 3rd down and less than a yard for the Bulldogs. And this is going to be the end of the first quarter. I believe they're going to let the quarter run out. So at the end of 1, the score is going to be 8-0 Osborne. Osborne with the football off the 2nd Indian turnover. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout with St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburgh State University. Pittsburgh State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable, it earned Pittsburgh State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburgh State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/beagorilla.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Timeout sponsor, St. Paul Supermarket. We had a good first quarter, Mike. A couple turnovers by the Indians give Osborne the football, and you're not going to be able to do that and win a game like this.
No, you just have to control your mistakes, both mentally and on the turnover department. And so far in the first quarter, St. Paul had a couple mental errors, cost them some penalty yards, but the really big difference was the 2 turnovers. One of them cost them a score, and the other one gave Osborne the ball, and they have the ball here starting the second quarter, penetrated into St. Paul territory here on the St. Paul 34-yard line.
3rd down and a yard. Ball back at the 35-yard line. They need to get about 35.5, so less than a yard for a first down. Big play for the Indians here on 3rd down and short. 12 minutes on the clock. Start second quarter. Score is 8-0. Osborne leads. Holloway comes up under center. I formation. Sure at fullback. Holloway at tailback. Look for the option. Watch Holloway to keep this football. Here's the snap. The ball's on the ground. It's going to be a penalty, and it's going to be a false start. As that time, Pullman ends up on the football because Holloway was not ready for the snap. Ball got snapped. He was not ready for it. So really a break by the Bulldogs. I don't know why it's a false start when the center snaps it.
Yeah.
But either way, the ball ended up on the ground.
Everybody, the Alumni Association.
Somebody else moved, but yeah, that's the one time if you're going to get a penalty, it saved a turnover.
So now instead of 3rd and 1, it's 3rd and 5.5. So big play here for the Indians. Now Osborne back at their own 30-yard line. It's going to change their play call totally. Look for this little play action pass or maybe a short out to Holloway here as they're going to line up in the I again. Sure at fullback. Holloway at tailback. Darian Holloway. There's a fake pitch, back to pass, rolling out to his left, tries to find some room late, and the pass is complete. It's going to be good for a first down, and there's that tight end we was talking about to start the game, Mike. I said Brown has a few receiving yards on the year, and that's exactly where he come from, was the opposite tight end. As the Indians had Holloway covered, but let Brown from that tight end position. He didn't have very many yards on the year, but you knew he must have went out on a few pass routes, and that's right there was one of them.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Tight end just released there a little later, so the defensive backs were out of position. He was out there all by himself in the flat.
Osborne in Indian territory down to the 36. I formation. Sure at fullback, Holloway at tailback. Here's the snap. Option to the right. Sure's got some running room. Going to have a nice gain on first down. Going to gain about 6 right off a right tackle. Sure, not very big, but he sure does run hard.
Runs low to the ground and keeps his legs moving and driving forward.
From that fullback position. 2nd down and 5. Ball just outside the Indian 30-yard line. Indians had him in 3rd and 6, but a complete pass from Holloway to Brown give Osborne a first down. I formation again. Here comes the snap. Sure again, looking to the left side this time, wrapped up and brought down by Carlson. Albertini causing a little havoc in there, too. You could see somebody was in there quickly. Albertini getting in there quick from the nose guard position. Carlson come in and kind of nose Sure right into the ground.
Bring up 3rd down and long 4 for the Bulldogs.
Call it 3rd down and 4, short gain on the play.
Looked like Carlson maybe have been on a blitz on that play, and that Sure right at the line of scrimmage made a nice tackle there.
You have to be careful here. I look for him to try to get to the edge this time. This time they line up in the pistol, slot right and left as Sure as Holloway. Look for someone to come in motion. Here it is. Sure rolls out to his right. Holloway's going to be under pressure. Now you'll throw it late, and it's going to fall incomplete as looked like Joseph Hess had him and kind of held up. Somehow Holloway got away from him, but he got rid of the football. Going to be 4th down and 5, and a big 4th down play coming up for the Indian defense. 10-18 left to go in the second quarter. Osborne leads 8-0.
A big stop for the Indians here. Ball position on the field. You watch for him to do that little short kick or possibly fake it with Holloway there in the back. So we'll be interested to see what they call here.
4th and 4, same set. In the pistol is Holloway. To the right is Sure. To the left is the other Holloway brother. Option to the left. He's going to keep it. Now he pitches it late, way late. It looks like Holloway's going to have to be close to a first down as Grant Hutcherson had bigger brother in the grasp, and he pitches little brother, and we're going to see where they spotted at, and it is going to be a first down.
You know, that's the perfect way to run that option. Just let that defensive end get a hold of you there and then make your pitch, and they just ran that play
big
just right.
Big frame of Darnell Holloway allowed him. He was in the grasp of Hutcherson, but he got that pitch off late, threw it over the top of Hutcherson's head and got it to his brother, and he had enough, about a half yard for a first down. 1st and 10, I formation. Off the left is Sure, going to be battled up quick. Nowhere to go for him. Hit hard by Carlson and Toby Stillbush as he's going to be slow to get up. Takes very many of them hits, and he'll get slower and slower as the game goes on. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. The ball spotted on the 25-yard line.
St. Paul doing a good job clogging up the middle. Just need to tighten up things a little bit on the outside.
Carlson had to come out of the game. I think it's just a shoe. He lost his shoe, and they held up official timeout for equipment, so they'll give him a little time to get his shoe back on. 2nd down and 10. 9:53 left to go here in the second quarter. Osborne leads 8-0. They're driving into Indian territory, or down to the 25. 2nd and 10 coming up. Indians 2 turnovers on the game to start this football game, give Osborne their first score. And now the turnover by Adam Albertini gives Osborne the ball. 2 receivers wide to the left. In the shotgun is Holloway. Set to his right in the pistol is Sure. Snap, back to pass, looking to his left, have it to his brother, and he's going to be tackled quick by Pekka. Going to be about a 4-yard gain. Call it 4.
That was passed to Miller, Cade Miller, the receiver on that play.
Oh, excuse me.
Gain about 5 yards.
We're going to call it 3rd down, and it's about 5.5 yards. So gain between 5 and 6 yard. Let's call it 3rd and 6. Ball spotted just outside the 20-yard line. One receiver way wide to the right, one to the left. Under center is Holloway. Right behind him is Sure. Back to pass again. Looks to his left, a little out to his brother. He's going to catch it, and he's going to be hit, but he's going to be close to a first down, just short of a first down. So they bring up 4th and very short for Osborne. Holloway to Holloway. You can see they have a good combination with them two on their little short outs and ups, and look for an out and up. He tried to go deep once early in the game. 4th down and very short, less than a yard to go. Ball spotted about the 16-yard line. I formation. Sure at fullback. Holloway at tailback. Holloway up under center. Here comes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Holloway, right side. He's got a lot of running room. Tripped up. He's going to have a first down. He's tripped up by Hess or Carlson. It's going to be a 1st and 10 right outside the 10-yard line. Nope, actually it's 1st and goal. Ball spotted just inside the 10-yard line.
1st and goal for the Bulldogs, close to the 10-yard line.
8:21 left to go in the second quarter. Osborne leads 8-0 and threatening. 1st and goal inside their own 10. 2 turnovers. We knew turnovers going to be a key to the game. 2 turnovers by the Indians have led to both Osborne drives so far. I formation, Sure at fullback, Holloway at tailback. Darnell up under center. He's going to roll out to his right. Throws it late. Has his man out there. It's going to be a touchdown.
I believe that's Miller
on the play action, and you knew they was going to roll out and run that at some point in time. Miller catches it, gives Osborne a 14-0 lead. Here with 7:55 left to go in the second, off of 2 Indian turnovers.
For 14-0 with 7:55 left to go in the second quarter.
A lot of weapons by Osborne. Indians defense doing the best they can, but turnovers by the Indians offense. Pending the extra point here. In the eye, pitch out to Holloway to the right. Looking for some room. He's going to get his way into the end zone. Extra point is good. 7:55, let's go in the second quarter. Osborne leads 16-0. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Let's St. Paul Indian football on Hot 105.
St. Paul Tire and Lube, locally owned and operated, offers the small town convenience you love without the big city prices. They offer free pickup and drop-off in St. Paul, so you're not left stranded while your vehicle is in the shop. They offer tire repair and also offer oil change and new tires. When you find yourself in need of new tires or an oil change and need to keep going, visit with St. Paul Tire and Lube, 620-449-2323. St. Paul Tire and Lube, proud supporters of the St. Paul Indians.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
St. Paul Supermarket with our timeout sponsor, 7:55. Let's go in the second quarter. Osborne leads 16-0. 2 scores come off of 2 Indians offensive turnovers. A fumble by Bourne and a fumble by Albertini. So Kickoff Styles Fitness and More is our kickoff sponsor. So the Indians have dug themselves a hole here, Mike. They've moved the ball a little bit on offense. They just haven't given themselves much of a chance to move it much, because about the 4th play of every offensive possession, they've turned the ball over.
Yeah, they've played pretty well so far, both offensively and defensively. They just hurt themselves with those turnovers. Both of them cost a touchdown.
Indians need to get on track here. 7:55 left to go in the second. Albertini back deep. Holloway has the ball teed up. Here's the kick. It's going to be a short kick taken by Caleb Pekka, about 20. Takes off to his right-hand side. Tries to get around the edge. Got some running room. Turns the gas on. Hit hard by Holloway out of bounds. But a nice hit, nice run, good return across the 40, down to the 35-yard line. So the field position is not the problem for the Indians. It's hanging on to the football.
That's right. Hang on to the football and get some points on the board. The Indians right back in this game if they just control the mistakes.
Ball will be spotted.
Second knocked out of bounds, 38-yard, Bulldog 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Indians as Bourne comes in with the play from Coach Watcher. Bourne breaks the huddle. In the shotgun are the Indians. Wide to the left is Doherty and Adam Albertini. Here's the snap. Hand off to Carlson, left side. He's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. No gain on the play. Maybe even a loss of one as the Indians tried to spread the football field to Noah Bell. It's going to bring second down and 11. Ball back, almost spotted at the 40-yard line now.
Down and 11 for the Indians. All spotted right at the midfield stripe.
As we've watched the game here, both teams pretty evenly matched size-wise, but Osborne just really athletic. All their players standing out there just look like, they're really athletic and able to move really well.
Back in the eye is the Indian. Bourne under center. Carlson at fullback. Albertini at tailback. Here comes the snap. Flag on the play. And it's going to be offsides against Osborne, which is going to help the Indians gain a little field position on that loss. Yeah, the scout report was, Mike, that ourselves and Osborne's matched pretty equal as far as size. Osborne, the big key was they do a good job of flying to the football on defense, and you can see that. A lot of athletes on the Indian side of the ball and Osborne. This is an even match game, although Osborne leads 16-0. The Indians' 2 turnovers is what brought the score to where it's at. 2nd down and 7 for the Indians. Ball to 35. Off left side, Carlson. He pounded down to the ground, but not until he gets a nice gain on the play. Sure with a good tackle, but it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Indians. Ball at the 30-yard line. Good tackle by Sure.
Carlson on the run for the Indians.
Carlson needs to get the shoulder pad a little longer. Sure picked him up and slammed him to the ground, and Carlson bigger than Sure. Sure's a tough football player.
That football player just a form tackle there, drove him right into the ground.
High formation for the Indians. Bourne up under center. Carlson fullback. Albertini at tailback. Here's a snap. Albertini looking for some run room. Has a little run room. He's going to have a 1st down. Good run by Albertini up the right side, showing his quickness. 1st down on a 4-yard carry. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the 25-yard line.
The 25-yard line in Bulldog territory.
6:23 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. 16-0 Osborne lead.
Adam Albertini doing a good job running the ball. Had a couple weeks there with that dinged-up ankle. Doesn't seem to be bothering him so far here in the first half.
1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball to Osborne 25. I formation. Hand off to Albertini, left side. Looking for running room again. Can have a couple-yard gain on the play. The ball comes out late as they rip it away, but that time it was blown dead. 3-yard gain on the play. Albertini's just going to have to keep running forward as he gets in a little traffic, starts looking for some running room. He's just going to have to keep driving them feet like Sure and Holloway does.
Osborne working hard to pull that ball out. Anytime it's a running play, and especially going up the middle, they got 2 or 3 guys jamming their hands in there and ripping that ball.
You can see that is a coached thing because both turnovers has been off of that. High formation again, 2nd and 8. Bourne's going to keep this side off the left side. He's really got it tucked away. 1st down run by Bourne down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Indians on that belly option off the right-hand side. Bourne did a good job. You could tell he wasn't going to turn the football over again. He had both hands on the football.
Both hands on the ball, his shoulders and his head down. He was just plowing ahead, see what he could get.
1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball in Osborne at the Osborne 15-yard line. 16-0. Osborne leads. 5:23 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Split back, or in the pistol, is Bourne. To his right is Albertini. Bourne's going to keep it to the right side. Cuts back up the middle. Puts the shoulder pad down. Hit hard, but he's going to have a 3-4 gain on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 7. Ball spotted about the 11-yard line.
If they got 3 yards on the play.
Adam Albertini comes back in the game for the Indians. And Bourne's going to stay out. So look for a little, we call this wildcat.
A wildcat play here.
Yes, Adam Albertini is going to be in the wildcat on the 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 11. And that's going to be a false start on Pullman. Nope, Easton Dent. Easton Dent. So it's going to bring a 2nd down and 12. It's going to back the Indians back to about the 17-yard line.
I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want to jinx them, damn. They had a good drive going here and had some momentum, moving the ball down the field. Last thing they needed was a mental mistake, and then their one popped up.
It'll be 2nd down and 12 yards.
Now we got to watch this. Adam Albertini is
16-yard line
as a JV quarterback, but just as a sophomore, not used to probably taking shotgun snaps from Hutcherson. 2nd down and 12 for the Indians. Ball to 16. Good snap, good catch. Albertini keeps it. Got some running room, left-hand side. Cuts back to the center of the field. He's going to get that 5 and more back. He's back to the 10-yard, down to the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and call it 6 for the Indians, and a big 3rd down play coming up.
6 yards on the play.
Albertini looked like he had some room getting the outside, but there comes back at flying to the football. Sure got over there and got him down after about a 6-yard gain. 3rd down and 6. Same set. Bourne back in shotgun. Bourne's going to keep it right-hand side. Up the middle he goes. Shoulder pads down. Forward progress down to about the 6-yard line. He's going to be close to a 1st down, just a little bit short. Looks like he's about a yard short as Bourne's going to come into the sideline for the play. 3:49 left to go here in the first half. 16-0 Osborne leads. 4th and 1, a big 4th down play for the Indians. from the 11-yard line. They need to get right down to the 10, just across the 10, or 5 for a first down.
This will be the biggest play of the half for St. Paul. Really need this first down.
In the shotgun is Bourne, same set. Bourne's going to keep it right side, puts his shoulder pad down, leans forward. Boy, it's going to be close, Mike.
Giving progress, he should have it, but we'll see where they mark it.
They spot him right at the 5, but I think he had to get across the 5. I can't tell exactly where the yard marker's at. This is going to be extremely coarse. I think he may be just a little bit short as they spot the ball right on the 5-yard line, and they are going to measure.
Yep, they're going to measure that and see.
Out on the field, they'll measure for
I think he's short, Mike. I think he's about less than a foot short, because I believe the yard marker here, it was about across the 15 to the 14.
We got it.
And he got the first down. Proved me wrong, thank goodness.
I was going to argue with you, and I didn't want to be wrong, Dan.
I hate to be the stick in the mud, but I was looking at the yard marker.
Yeah,
but clear across
it's hard to
either
tell.
way.
Yeah,
I'm happy that we got the call. First and goal for the Indians. That time they got it by half a yard.
Yeah, we got a timeout on the field.
Got a timeout on the field by Osborne, so we'll be back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul Indian Football on Hot 105.
Exchange Insurance Agency is a proud supporter of the St. Paul Indians. Give us a call, visit our website, or stop in to let us do the comparison shopping for you and get a free no-obligation quote. Offering all types of insurance, including auto, motorcycle, home, farm, crop, watercraft, life, and health, Medicare supplements, and all lines of commercial or business insurance. Serving the 4-state area since 1964, Exchange Insurance in St. Paul is here to provide you with what you need, want, and should expect from your insurance agency.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Welcome back to Miles Field in St. Paul, Kansas. Osborne leads 16-0. Indians threatening first and goal from the 5-yard line. That timeout sponsor is brought to you by St. Paul Supermarket. Hope everybody listening on us on the radio. Plus, you can stream us live on YouTube. Just YouTube St. Paul versus Osborne. It should come up if you want to stream live. First and goal for the Indians here. 3:18 left to go in the first half. That timeout was by Osborne. Look for the Indians to line up and go after Osborne here. They are going to nope, they're going to go back into the I. Carlson a fullback, Albertini a tailback, Bourne up under center. Here's the snap. Bourne's going to keep it, looking for some running room inside the 5. Hard yardage now. A lot of shoving going on. No foul flag comes in late as Brown loses his cool against Albertini. Albertini throws his hands up in the air like, hey, I'll just block it till the whistle blows. He's the one that's doing it afterwards. It's going to be a personal foul against Osborne. It's going to be half the distance to the goal. Here I want to say automatic first down, but now I'm not 100% sure. Bourne was down to the 3. Now, boy, that didn't gain very many yards.
No, that didn't do much when you're down that close to the goal line. Now, Coach Watrick arguing wanting the player ejected maybe for taking a swing, but they're not going to call that, I don't think.
Coach Watrick upset that Brown, and he did take a swing at Albertini. A couple of swings at him, upset with him. Hard-fought football game so far here. That's going to temper his flair just a little bit. Brown lost his cool. He stays in the game, though. Big part of Osborne. It's going to be, is it second down or is it first down? It's second down and goal. I guess still remains second down because it was after the play. Split back formation. Bourne's going to keep it off the right side. Touchdown, Indians. St. Paul. That takes the score to 16-6. 3:06 left to go here in the second quarter as the Indians get on the board.
That's what the Indians needed, to drive down the field, put some points on the board, bring us back to a one-score ball game, keep themselves in it. Don't run yourself out of the contention here. Just what they did. Nice drive by St. Paul that time. They just moved the ball. That running game up the middle seemed to be working pretty well for them. The front line, able to get some surge there, pushing the defensive line while going back a little bit. So Coach Watrick going to be looking hard at sticking with that now, trying to run the ball here, keeping the ball on the ground.
I formation, Bourne up under center, Carlson fullback, Albertini at tailback, hand off to Albertini, right side, stretches for the end zone. Next point is good. 16-8 is the score. The Indians narrow to a one-score game. 3:06 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Let's St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Farmers Bank is a full-service bank with small-town personal attention. They know you by name and are always glad to help you out. Offering 24-hour ATM and 3 banking locations in St. Paul, Walnut, and Hepler, Farmers Bank, member FDIC, is proud to help support the success that a small community can achieve with teamwork and determination.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Styles Fitness and More is going to be our kickoff sponsor, and it's going to be the right way this time, Mike, after the Indians score on Bravenborn's 2-yard plunge on 2nd and goal for the Indians. Nice drive put together that time by the Indians, Mike.
Yeah, nice drive by the Indians. This will be the first time we've seen them kick in this first half, so Alejandro Mate in the game for St. Paul. That's kind of their secret weapon on special teams, especially if they're able to get him on the field to kick after a touchdown, because he has that leg. He can put that thing clear out of the back of the end zone and help to pin Osborne deep in their own territory, not give them any field position.
3:06 left to go here in the second. Alejandro Mate has the ball teed up. Sure, and Holloway back deep for Osborne. They must not watch much film. They're standing at the 9-yard line. Drive and kick. It's going to be returnable, taken about the 6-yard line by Holloway. They're going to try it around the right side. Now left side's got some running room.
There's a block in the back.
There's a block in the back. A good tackle by Pekka. Holloway goes down hard at the 25-yard line, but there's going to be a block in the back. Going to negate that return as Holloway looking for some room. On the return, comes up just a little bit hobbled on the play. Good hard hit by Caleb Pekka.
Hit out by Pekka, and that block in the back right in front of us.
Block in the back was back at the 15-yard line. Personal foul.
Personal foul on the Bulldogs.
Not sure what that was. It should be half the distance to the goal. Ball at the 15 should take them back to about the 7.5-yard. Well, unless it's a 10-yard penalty. I'm not. See what they mark off here. It is going to. Nope. Yeah. It's going to be half the distance to the goal. Should have been a 15-yard penalty. The flag was through right at the 15.
At the 7-yard line.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs. 7-yard line. 2:56 left to go in the first half. I formation for the Bulldogs. Holloway up under center. Sure at fullback. Holloway at tailback. Pitch to Holloway. Looking for room. Right-hand side. Going to be third chopped down after he gets across the 7 to about the 8-yard line. Going to be second down and 9. Second 9 for the Bulldogs. Pin back at their own 9-yard line.
Holloway brothers kind of fun to watch. One's a sophomore, one's a junior, so they're going to be around again next year. There's a lot of value to that Osborne team, both offensively and defensively.
I guarantee you the D-backs are going to have to stay home in this series, yep. Mike. Look for the play action now. Split one to the right, one to the left. Holloway up under center. Sure, the single back set. Option to the right side. Sure, off the right side. Got a little running room, running hard, but a couple good Bourne on the play, as well as Pekka. Somebody else got off the bottom of the pile across the field. It's going to bring up third down and 3. 2:06 left to go here in the first half. 16-8. Osborne leads. Big third down and 4. Ball at the 15-yard line.
Plenty of time for St. Paul to take care of business here, make it stop defensively, and get the ball back, have a chance to score again before halftime.
Tackling's going to be the main goal here. Third down and 4. Osborne back at their own 14. I formation, sure at fullback, Holloway at tailback. Here comes the snap. Pitch to Holloway around left side. Looking for some running room. Here comes Bourne up, rips him out of bounds. Good job by Bravenborn. Holds him short. Going to bring up fourth down and no gain on the play, so we're going to call it 4th and 3. 1:25, clock's running. Coach Watcher might want to call a timeout here. He's going to let the clock run. 1:18 left to go in the first half. I think I may use one of my timeouts. I think we have 2 left. Now they're up the line of scrimmage. Holloway's back in punt formation. Indians got to be careful. I'm sure they won't do anything in their own territory here, but if he sees something, he's liable to run it. Now they move 2 to the right side. Holloway's going to stay back here. Looks up. Almost blocked by Hutchinson. He was almost held. Albertini takes that ball to 30. Cuts to the left. Tries to get around the left side. Going to be brought down there by, and a good block on Caleb Pekka. 49 seconds. Indians going to have the football back at the 34-yard line.
Indians take their time now. Don't panic. Don't do anything that's going to get you in trouble. You've got 49 seconds and at least one timeout. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 they've got left, but they got a little bit of time to work.
I think we have 2 timeouts left. Yeah, Indians have 2 timeouts and Osborne have 2 timeouts. Wide to the right is Doherty. In the pistol is Bourne. Set to his left is Albertini. 49 seconds. Indians trail 16-8. Stop and go. Going to throw it deep for Doherty, and that ball's almost picked off by Sure as they're looking for a hold on Doherty. So clock is stopped. 42 seconds. 16-8. Osborne leads. Second down and 10.
Bourne put a lot of air under that ball. It hung in the air a long time. Gave both of the defenders for Osborne time to get over there and try to get underneath it.
Second and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the 34-yard line. Bourne comes in from the sideline with the play. 42 seconds left to go here in the first half. Indians trail 16-0. They're 16-8. Excuse me. I formation. Carlson at fullback. Albertini at tailback. Here comes the snap. Albertini looking for some running room. Running hard. Going to have a 4-yard gain on the play. It's going to bring up third down and 7. Coach Watcher, I think at this point, looking if somebody can break a tackle and make a good run, he's going to let them. Otherwise, he's going to let this clock run out as Osborne happy to let it run towards the first half, too. 21 seconds left to go. Bourne takes his time coming to the huddle.
Yeah,
I'd like to run one more play, even if it's a running play. You never know if you're going to break the tackle. 10 seconds left to go in the first half. Indians come up to the line of scrimmage. Bourne up under center. 6 seconds left. Here comes the snap. Handoff. Nope, Bourne's going to keep it left side. Nowhere to go, and that's going to be the first half. Folks, and the first half score is Osborne 16, Indians 8. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Richie's Drugstore in Erie has been serving the area since 1883 with a strong belief in providing customized care and doing more than just filling prescriptions. Pharmacist Morgan Bunton is now taking appointments for free consultations and sign-up assistance for Medicare Part D prescription plans that will fit your needs. Open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Even if you're in a current plan, let Richie's help you determine if there's a better plan to cover your unique needs and prescriptions. Call or stop by Richie's today on the corner of State and Main in Erie.
The Exchange State Bank is proud to be a member of the St. Paul community. The Exchange State Bank has served the area since 1914 and is committed to go the distance for you. A full-service bank, they offer savings, checking accounts, loan certificates of deposit, and more. They also offer competitive rates on loans and investments, all while giving you the kind of personal service you won't find at bigger institutions. Visit with Bob Schonifer at Exchange State Bank in St. Paul, member FDIC, proud sponsor of the St. Paul Indians.
Jerry and Kevin Winter, along with the entire crew at KW Trucking, are proud to bring you this broadcast of the St. Paul Indians. KW Trucking specializes in heavy equipment and heavy truck repair, late model rebuilding, and body work from large trucks down to cars. They also have a full-service machine shop and a great selection of both used cars and trucks. See Jerry or Kevin at KW Trucking or call 449-2763.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village in St. Paul provides services to people in their retirement years. Prairie Mission meets a wide range of needs from healthcare to assisted living and independent living apartments to elderly daycare services, including transportation. With our 7 to 7 dining, residents get up when they desire, eat when and what they want, and continue to live a full and happy life. Your family deserves the best in retirement care, so give Prairie Mission Retirement Village a call today for more information at 620-449-2400. Or visit them at 242 Carroll Street in St. Paul.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Welcome to our St. Paul Tire Lube halftime show. Mike and I glad to bring you tonight's game between Osborne and St. Paul. St. Paul trails 16-8 here at halftime, but in some ways, Mike, the Indians should probably feel fortunate they're only down 8 with 2 turnovers there in that first half.
Yeah, 2 turnovers really cost the Indians. Otherwise, it's a different ball game. Well, you like to say that. You don't know what would have happened had they kept the ball. They could have possibly scored. You know, they got, especially the last drive of the half there before they scored, they were driving the ball down the field with that running game right up the middle and just moving the ball really well. So you never know what could have happened without those 2 turnovers. And the reason that they were so costly is because both times they turned the ball over to Osborne. Osborne drove the length of the field, basically, and was able to put points on the board. So those are the things that you really can't have if you've got to expect a chance to keep yourself in the ball game. Fortunately for St. Paul, they were able to get in and score late in the second quarter, get themselves back within 1 score of Osborne, but they're really going to have to come out of halftime, protect the ball. Coach Watcher going to probably talk a lot to the running backs, make sure they're tucking that ball in, because like you said earlier, it's obvious that Osborne's been well coached in trying to strip that ball away. Coach for Osborne team knowing the value of getting those turnovers, and the best way to do that is catch those guys off guard and rip that ball out when they're trying to get that extra 1 or 2 yards on a carry.
We got a good football game here tonight, folks. We was hoping it'd be a good one. The matchup looked like it should be a good one, and so far it is. Two very evenly matched teams. It's going to come down to tackling and mistakes made. So far, that advantage goes to Osborne with the 2 Indian turnovers in the first half. Fumble by Bourne and a fumble by Albertini has given Osborne good field position where they've taken advantage of it, scored off of both of those turnovers. The Indians put together a good drive. The kicking game advantage so far goes to the Indians, as Indians has had good start in field position every time they get the football. They're just a couple mistakes. That was a nice drive put together there late in the second quarter, Mike, to get him right back in this football game.
Yeah, the other thing, Dan, on fourth down, what Osborne has a little bit of an advantage. You don't know if they're going to punt the ball or if they're going to try for it, especially on fourth and short. The way Holloway will drop back about 3/4 of the way what you'd think he would for a punt. And he takes a lot of time, especially if there's not much of a rush coming. He's able to see the field well, see what his receivers are doing. If they've sent someone down the field, either to cover the kick or possibly if he can see something, I think he's capable of stepping up there and throwing the ball. So Holloway doing a good job at quarterback for Osborne.
Yeah, he sure does. And you can see, as you said, when he's back in punt formation, dangerously every once in a while. Last time Hutcherson just about got to the football. He looks up to survey the defense before he decides he's going to kick it. Well, it takes about another second and a half for him to look back down and kick that football. Well, if somebody's coming hard, they got a chance to get in there. So look for the Indians to take advantage of that here in the second half if they can hold Osborne here. Osborne's going to start the second half with the football, so the Indians defense going to have to step right back up again on the field, Mike.
Yeah, and that's a good job by the defense, especially Grant Hutcherson on that punt return. If they can figure out a way to get some pressure back there in that backfield. The other thing we noticed when they did throw the ball, Osborne, that is, when they did throw the ball, St. Paul not getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So if they can figure out a way to get some stunts going on defense, now you got to be careful not to uncover, say, any receivers. And the way they ran that tight end play out of the third and long that they had earlier in the first half, the tight end snuck out there in the flat all by himself. So you got to be careful for that. But if they can get those linebackers moving around, keep the offense guessing for Osborne, they may have a chance to do some things defensively here in the second half.
We're going to take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back from that break, Mike will have first half stats for us. We'll try to bring you up to date on any scores in the area we have. There's a lot of sectional games going on tonight. You're listening to St. Paul football here. St. Paul trails here at halftime, 16-8 to Osborne. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. You're on St. Paul Indian football on Hot 105.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburgh State University. Pittsburgh State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable it earned Pittsburgh State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburgh State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/BAGorilla.
St. Paul Tire and Lube, locally owned and operated, offers the small town convenience you love without the big city prices. They offer free pickup and drop off in St. Paul, so you're not left stranded while your vehicle is in the shop. They offer tire repair and also offer oil change and new tires. When you find yourself in need of new tires or an oil change and need to keep going, visit with St. Paul Tire and Lube, 620-449-2323. St. Paul Tire and Lube, proud supporters of the St. Paul Indians.
Exchange Insurance Agency is a proud supporter of the St. Paul Indians. Give us a call, visit our website, or stop in to let us do the comparison shopping for you and get a free no-obligation quote. Offering all types of insurance, including auto, motorcycle, home, farm, crop, watercraft, life, and health, Medicare supplements, and all lines of commercial or business insurance. Serving the four-state area since 1964, Exchange Insurance in St. Paul is here to provide you with what you need, want, and should expect from your insurance agency.
Farmers Bank is a full-service bank with small-town personal attention. They know you by name and are always glad to help you out. Offering 24-hour ATM and 3 banking locations in St. Paul, Walnut, and Hepler, Farmers Bank, member FDIC, is proud to help support the success that a small community can achieve with teamwork and determination.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Well, welcome back to Miles Field in St. Paul, a halftime sponsor of St. Paul Tire and Lube. We got a good one here, folks. Osborne leads St. Paul 16-8 here at halftime. Mike, what do you got for first half stats?
Well, first half was fun to watch, Dan, in a lot of different ways. One of the things that was lacking that we haven't seen, that we've seen a lot over the course of the season so far, is pretty much the big play. Not a lot of big plays by either team. One big play by Osborne early in the first quarter where they had the big pass play called back on a penalty. Other than that, it's been ground and pound up the middle, some short dink and dunk passes on both sides, and I'll tell you about that here in a minute. But for St. Paul's scoring drive on the last possession, second to the last possession, I guess, of the first half, St. Paul capped it off with a 3-yard run by Braven Bourne. Adam Albertini followed it up with the extra point. St. Paul able to convert with those extra points, really important, especially in a tight game like this. With 1:22 left in the first quarter, Osborne put the first points of the game on the board on a Darian Holloway run for 3 yards. They also were able to convert Holloway to his other brother Holloway for an extra point conversion, make it 8-0. With 7:55 left then, and about midway through the second quarter, Osborne put more points on the board. Both these came off of St. Paul turnovers, this time on a Holloway to Miller 9-yard pass. Darian Holloway followed that up with a touchdown or an extra point run to make the score 16-0, and then the Bourne touchdown run in the second quarter before halftime brought the score to 16-8. Individual stats for St. Paul: Braven Bourne attempted 4 passes, hasn't completed one yet in the game, so he's 0 for 4, 0 yards passing. However, on the ground, he's been fairly effective. Braven has 10 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown in the first half for the Indians. Colin Carlson, first carry of his for him in the game, was a nice 21-yard carry where he carried a lot of defenders with him. He had a total of 3 carries, though, in the first half for 29 yards. Adam Albertini had 10 carries for 37 yards in the first half. Tried to break a couple free there, but just about got loose, but had the ball stripped away from him a couple times on both the St. Paul turnovers. In the passing area, like I said, Braven Bourne not having much luck throwing the ball so far, but on that touchdown drive didn't really need it. Braven engineered a pretty good running drive down the field. For Osborne, quarterback Darnell Holloway, he attempted 10 passes in the first half for a total of 39 yards. His last pass of the half was a 9-yard touchdown pass to Cade Miller. Denton Sure has been their big running back throughout the rest of the season. Sure, on the season, has 142 carries for 1,266 yards and 23 touchdowns. However, tonight, St. Paul defense done a pretty good job so far of containing Sure. He's only had 8 carries for 24 yards, so averaging him about 3 yards a carry is really saying something for the St. Paul defense. Darian Holloway, the running back for Osborne, the sophomore, has 9 carries for 40 yards. He had 1 touchdown carry, a short 3-yard run in the first quarter. And Darnell Holloway had 3 carries for 17 yards. In the passing department, like I told you on the passing yards, Darnell threw to Darian twice for 11 yards. So Darian Holloway, 2 receptions for 11 yards. Cade Miller, 2 receptions for 14 with a touchdown. Sure has not caught a pass in the first half, but the tight end, Brown, came out in the flat for that nice 14-yard gain and gained the first down for Osborne. So pretty evenly matched teams offensively. It's come down to mistakes and turnovers, really the big difference in this ball game.
And that's going to be the key. My key to the second half, Mike, is the Indians need to win that turnover margin in the second half. I think it's an absolute must that they win that battle in the second half. And also penalty yardage is going to be a big thing. No mistake-free football here in the second half. I think St. Paul has the talent, has the willpower to get past Osborne, but they're going to have to play mistake-free football. The third thing is sure tackling. Each team, it's a key that they make tackles. So far, each team's did a pretty decent job at it. St. Paul's going to have to really step up the tackling and gang tackle and wrap up on these 3 athletes for Osborne.
I agree with you 100%. Turnovers and tackling be the big 2 things St. Paul needs to improve on here in the second half. Just eliminate the turnovers completely. Can't afford to have any more of those. Cut down on the penalties. Tackling has been an issue. They've had a hold of the guys a couple of different times for a loss and then lost their grip, or, they broke free, made some nice games. I think the other thing that is going to be a key for St. Paul especially is to not to give up the big play. The defensive backs were a little bit suspect earlier in the year for St. Paul, and they had a tendency once in a while to give up that big pass play. You know that Osborne's probably seen that on film, so one of the things we'll watch for in the second half is out of that option that Holloway runs, he's liable to try to run that option play and then keep the ball and toss it down the field trying to get the big play. So if St. Paul can control and keep the big plays from happening, control their mistakes and turnovers, I think they've got a good chance to get themselves right back in a good spot on this ball game.
Weather's not going to be an issue. It's a beautiful night here in St. Paul. Field's dry. Everything's dry. Wind's pretty much calm. Flags are hanging straight down. We got about 5 minutes left to go before we start the second half kick. We'll be back after one more 2-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Richie's Drugstore in Erie has been serving the area since 1883 with a strong belief in providing customized care and doing more than just filling prescriptions. Pharmacist Morgan Bunton is now taking appointments for free consultations and sign-up assistance for Medicare Part D prescription plans that will fit your needs. Open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Even if you're in a current plan, let Richie's help you determine if there's a better plan to cover your unique needs and prescriptions. Call or stop by Richie's today on the corner of State and Main in Erie.
The Exchange State Bank is proud to be a member of the St. Paul community. The Exchange State Bank has served the area since 1914 and is committed to go the distance for you. A full-service bank, they offer savings, checking accounts, loan certificates of deposit, and more. They also offer competitive rates on loans and investments, all while giving you the kind of personal service you won't find at bigger institutions. Visit with Bob Schonifer at Exchange State Bank in St. Paul, member FDIC, proud sponsor of the St. Paul Indians.
Jerry and Kevin Winter, along with the entire crew at KW Trucking, are proud to bring you this broadcast of the St. Paul Indians. KW Trucking specializes in heavy equipment and heavy truck repair, late model rebuilding, and body work from large trucks down to cars. They also have a full-service machine shop and a great selection of both used cars and trucks. See Jerry or Kevin at KW Trucking or call 449-2763.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village in St. Paul provides services to people in their retirement years. Prairie Mission meets a wide range of needs from healthcare to assisted living and independent living apartments to elderly daycare services, including transportation. With our 7 to 7 dining, residents get up when they desire, eat when and what they want, and continue to live a full and happy life. Your family deserves the best in retirement care, so give Prairie Mission Retirement Village a call today for more information at 620-449-2400. Or visit them at 242 Carroll Street in St. Paul.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Welcome back to Miles Field here in St. Paul. Bring you up to speed. St. Paul trails 16-8 in Burlingame. If interest in St. Paul, if the Indians is to advance, would either play the winner of Burlingame and West Elk. Burlingame leads 14-8 in the second quarter. Bring you up to speed on some scores throughout the area. Last I seen, Frontenac was ahead of Holton in the second quarter, 20-13. Centralia led Colgan 8-7 in the second quarter. Area scores for you: Frontenac, Osborne, of course, leads St. Paul 16-8. Silver Lake over Galena, 13-0.
A lot of close games going on in this playoff round all over the state at all levels, it sounds like.
And if you hear us during the break talking to one another, every once in a while, old Dan and Mike forget that they're streaming live online with our audio. So
that might be a reason for you to tune in as a bonus to that live stream on YouTube. If you'll search for St. Paul versus Osborne football, you can not only hear us, and it's hard telling what you might hear on a break, but it's probably going to be okay. You'll also be able to watch the video of the game and see a lot of things and hear us call the game as it goes on, and hopefully it's synced up pretty good there. We haven't been able to see it ourselves, but it's really nice that we're able to bring you both the video and the audio of this football game. It's something new for us this week. Hopefully it's working out well. I know it's a lot of fun for you if you can't make it out to the game. Hopefully everybody that can be here is, but if not, it's sure a nice way to be able to watch the game.
And we have to give a big shout-out to Mrs. Bagshaw and the Chanute students, Blue Comet students, for coming up and live streaming this for us, hooking into our audio. So we really want to give them a big shout-out for coming up and doing that for us. It's very nice of them to take their Friday night, come up here and support St. Paul area Indian football. 16-8 is the score here as we get set to start the second half. There's about 30 seconds left on the clock. Each team finished up their warm-up. St. Paul will start by kicking off in the second half to Osborne. Osborne will have the football to start the second half, so Indian defense got to step foot on the field to to start this second half, coming off of a little bit of momentum, getting that score late in the first half, and then holding Osborne into a punt to finish out the second quarter.
Yeah, that's what St. Paul's going to have to build on, and hopefully, sometimes that break at halftime can kill a little bit of your momentum. We want to thank St. Paul Tire and Lube for being our halftime sponsors. We look forward to starting the third quarter here in this playoff game.
Our kickoff sponsor is Styles Fitness and More. Our title sponsors is Farmers Bank. Thank Joe and Josh and all the people at Farmers Bank for all the support they give the area teams, and especially our own St. Paul Indians. Alejandro Mate has this ball teed up. Back deep is Sure and Holloway.
Back to receive for the Bulldogs.
Darian Holloway for the Bulldogs. They stand at their own 5-yard line. Mate ball is teed up. We're underway here in the second half. Drive and kick this time while Mate drives that football into the center part of the end zone. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's what we needed from Alejandro. Get him pinned back there deep to get things started here. Give that defense a chance to hold on to it, get them stopped, and try to get pretty good field position.
Osborne and St. Paul start this third quarter. 12 minutes on the clock. 16-8 is the score. Osborne leads. They have the football to start this second half. As they break huddle and up the line of scrimmage they come. Wide to the right and left. One receiver right and left. In the pistol is Holloway. Set in the pistol to his left is Sure.
Got a little hold up here. See what we're doing.
Not real sure what we are waiting on.
Changing footballs, I believe. Each team
is sideline. I'm still not sure what we're digging through the sack looking for footballs, and I'm not real sure why. We don't have a deflate gate on our hands. Right?
I don't know. Got a whole sack full of them. There'll be one to pick from that'll work.
But why are we on our sideline looking for, I guess we provide the game ball?
I think the home team provides the game ball. I know some places, or sometimes at the college level, each team plays with their own ball, but I think at high school, the home team provides the balls.
Coach Watcher keeps trying to hand the game ball in, but they're not wanting to take it. Now I'm not sure what the issue is with the football, but apparently there is an issue. Now they're taking the football back into the game, so I'm just all kinds of confused what's going on here, but it looks like the same football they was trying to bring to the sideline they're putting back into play. 1st and 10 for Osborne from their own 15, and here we go. Whistle upon the snap. Indian defense on the field, Osborne's offense. 1st and 10 for Osborne, pinned back at their own 15-yard line. One receiver right and left. Holloway in the shotgun. To his left in the pistol is Sure. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Looking for the slant. Now going to throw deep across the middle of the field, and he overthrows the intended receiver. Coverage provided by Joseph Hess. Play action. Looked to his left, went to the right, tried to hit Darian Holloway on sprint down the right sideline. Hess was on the coverage. Holloway had him by 3 or 4 steps, but Darrell overthrew him by about 5 yards.
Yeah, Osborne coming out of the half looking for that big play we talked about to get things started, try to get a little of that momentum back in their favor.
We're still digging around in the bag looking for a football. I don't know if there's a special one or what, but either way, I like the one that's in there. It was an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for Osborne. In the pistol again is Holloway. Set to his left is Sure. Receiver right and left. Here's the snap. Direct snap to Sure. Looking for some room around the right side. To have some, it's going to be ripped out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5, a big 3rd down and 5 to start this second half for the Indians.
He picked up 5 yards on the
11:48 left to go in the third. Osborne leads 16-8.
Something new we've seen there, that direct snap to Sure. One more thing for the St. Paul defense now to worry about.
3rd down and 5. Ball spotted just short of Osborne's own 20. Need to get up to the 25 for a 1st down. Same set. Nope, this time Holloway's going to come up under center. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Directly behind him is Sure as the fullback. It's going to be a little quick slant. He's going to catch it. He's going to have a 1st down. Is Holloway, or I believe it's Holloway. Nope, excuse me. It's
Miller.
18, Miller, on the little quick slant. Too much cushion provided by the Indians. Going to give Osborne a 1st down. 1st and 10 for Osborne. Ball at the 27-yard line.
Colin Carlson read that, and he tried to step in and knock that ball down or maybe even possibly intercept it. He just couldn't quite get there in time, but he had his eyes on it the whole way.
1st and 10 for Osborne. Ball spotted at their own 27. In the pistol is Holloway. Slot to his right and left. Now motion by Sure. Hand off to Sure around the left-hand side. Got some running room. Good tackle by Caleb Pecker. He was the only one left to beat. and he'd have been off to the races. So there's a sure tackle by Pekka, but not until Sure gains a good 5 yards on first down.
We have second down and 5.
Second down and 5 for Osborne. Ball spotted at their own 32, so Osborne on the move here to start this third quarter. Wide to the right is Holloway. In the pistol is Holloway. Back to pass. Looking to the right. It's going to be an out, and it's going to be dropped. A low pass. Hess on the coverage again. Incomplete. It's going to bring up third down and 5.
That'll bring up third down and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Third down and 5 for Osborne. Another big third down play here for the Indians defense. Ball spotted at the 32. 10:50 left to go in the third quarter. 16-8. Osborne leads. Osborne started the third quarter with the football. In the eye, Sure at fullback, Holloway at tailback. Holloway up under center. Here comes the snap. It's going to be a roll out to his right. Looking to pass. Wide open is Caden Miller.
There's a flag.
And there's a flag on the play.
Yeah.
Miller's still got some running room, still running, and he's going to score, but there's a flag back here
I think it's coming back.
at the 37-yard line, and I sure hope it's coming back. Otherwise, it's going to be an Osborne touchdown.
Be a 47-yard touchdown pass or not here. We'll know in just a minute.
Could be on the Indians at the line of scrimmage. It was kind of odd where it was thrown. Nope. Push in the back by Osborne is going to negate a Caden Miller touchdown.
That's another break for the Indians there. Second big play of the game, and they've both been called back.
Miller got away and scored on a long run, but it's negated by the block in the back. So the 3rd and 5 is now going to be flag spotted at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 15. A ball pushed back to the 20-yard line. So here's a break for the Indians. Actually, ball pushed back to about the 22-yard line.
Ball is spotted at the 22-yard line.
So there's a break for the Indians, Mike. Miller got away down the right sideline, had a lot of running room.
He was all by himself out there, uncovered basically in the flat on the right side.
One receiver to the right. Now they're going to come talk about it.
They're going to talk about the spot, see if they marked off enough or two.
It was 35. Ball should have been at the 32. Now they're okay. It's a 15-yard penalty. Ball now spotted at the 17-yard line. So good catch by somebody. It's going to bring 3rd and 17. In the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. In the shotgun, back to pass. Quick pass to Holloway. It's a pitch to Sure. Oh, Hess had a chance at him. It's going to be a first down. Down the sideline comes Sure. He's still got some running room. Cuts back to the middle. Touchdown.
The old hook and lateral is what that was. Threw it to
touchdown Osborne.
He flipped it back to Miller.
Well, it was the other way around. It was Holloway catches, Sure catches the pass and flips it back to.
Ball is flipped back after the pass.
Holloway, I believe, or Sure. Now I'm confused.
It was 62 yards.
It back to Sure.
It was
Holloway
yards.
caught it, and he threw it back to Sure, and it ends up being an Osborne touchdown. Joseph Hess had a chance at both of those receivers and couldn't get him wrapped up, and it's a touchdown Osborne on a trick play. On the big 3rd and 17, there was an Indians' chance. Osborne gets on the board. They lead 22-8 here in the start of the third quarter. Pinning an extra point. In the shotgun, back to pass, going to roll out to his right, throws it out there. His catch is made from Holloway to Holloway. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburgh State University. Pittsburgh State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable, it earned Pittsburgh State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburgh State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/BAGorilla.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Welcome back to Miles Field, where Osborne gets on the board on a 3rd and 17 with a long hook and ladder play. Holloway to Holloway, who flipped it back to Sure, got around the right sideline and scored. So the Indians had a chance to get them not three and out, but stop them on their first drive, and they come back with a big play of their own, and Osborne leads 24-8, 10-18 left to go in the third quarter. It's a good sign for the Indians defense to be able to get him in a 3rd and long. It's just one of those big plays you talked about in the first half, Mike, and there was one of them.
Yep, that was one of them. They give one back to him there and got the penalty, got a break, and they come right back at him with another one.
Here's a kickoff sponsor brought to you by Still Fitness More. Holloway kicks it right down the middle, and it's going to go into the end zone. So Holloway got his foot under that one. He's going to pin the Indians back at their own 15.
St. Paul offense now going to have to get out here and make some things happen. Get down there and try to keep with them score for score here. They're already down 2 scores, so you don't want to get down any more than that, especially here in the second half.
1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 15. Bourne comes in from the sideline with the play. Osborne leads 24-8. It's going to be all important to keep this game close. Bourne in the shotgun. Set behind him is Albertini. Here's a snap. Hand off to Albertini. He's going to be chopped down. No gain on the play. Maybe even a slight loss on the play. Brown in there quick to chop him down at the ankle.
He tackled in the backfield.
Albertini has to come out of the game.
Down and 11 for the
Definitely a shift in momentum here as we come out of halftime. Osborne playing with a lot of fire now on defense.
Doherty goes in the game. Albertini has to come out as he comes out a little bit hobbled on that play. Looked real good in the first half. A little bit hobbled up on that first carry of the second half. 2nd down and 11 for the Indians. Hutcherson comes up over the football, ball at the Indian 14-yard line. Bourne in the shotgun, Doherty wide to the right. Back to pass is Doherty, rolls to his right, throws it to Pekka. Pekka cuts back to middle field, got some room, gets to the outside, puts the shoulder pad down, toss 30-35, 1st down, Caleb Pekka. Nice catch and run from Bourne to Pekka. Brought down by Caden Miller. Not until the Indians get a 1st down. Bourne comes right back in with another play from the sideline from Coach Watrick. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the 35-yard line.
First completion of the game for Braven Bourne for 20 yards.
Same set. Wide to the left is Doherty. In the shotgun is Bourne. Set to his right is Colin Carlson.
Yeah, St. Paul knew that thing.
Everybody
knew both sides.
Grant Hutcherson, I believe, forgot to snap the football. It's going to be 1st and 15. It's going to back the Indians up to the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 15. Ball at the Indian 30-yard line. 9:23 left to go in the 3rd. 24-8. Osborne leads. Bourne comes in with the play.
Spotted at the 30-yard line.
So far, advantage goes to Osborne with the Indian mistake here in the second half. In the shotgun is Bourne. Wide to the left is Doherty. And the pistol is Bourne. Set to his right is Carlson. Play action. Rolls out to the left. Bourne's looking for some running room. Throws it late over the top to Pekka. Oh, just short, incomplete. And the was Bourne rolled out to his left, and Pekka was behind the coverage, and Bourne just shot put it out to him, and just a little bit short. It's going to be 2nd and 15 as the ball back at the 30. So a good ad-lib play made up by Bourne there. Had Caleb Pekka, but just a little bit short on the pass. Pekka couldn't go down to his shoe tops and pick it up.
Yeah, Bourne gets a lot of credit on that for thinking on his feet quickly while he had the heat on behind him, rolling out to the left, trying to look for something. He saw Caleb Pekka all by himself. He was just on the run. It was an off-balance throw, just a hard throw to make.
Caleb Pekka was kind of backpedaling, too. Wide to the left is Doherty, and the pistol is Bourne. Set to his right is Carlson. Rolls out to his right this time. Shovel pass to Pekka. Cuts back to the middle. Good tackle. Ball ends up late, but he's going to call him down. Thank goodness. Good hit by Caden Miller on Caleb Pekka. He gains back to 5. Penalty yardage. We're going to call it 5. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 as Miller's down on the field now. I believe that's Miller. The player's down. He took it. Number 8 down.
That's Holloway.
That is Holloway. That's Darian Holloway down on the play. I'm not sure if he was one in on the tackle.
Looks like his left leg.
It does look like it. Looks like his left ankle is definitely doesn't look good, but he's making his way off with the coaches. Big part of Osborne's offense is Holloway. You hate to see that in a hard-fought football game here. Osborne leads 24-8, 3rd down.
That would be Darian Holloway, the sophomore.
He makes his way off with the coach's help to the side. 3rd down and 9 for the Indians. Ball at 36-yard line. Their own 36-yard line. Big 3rd down play coming up for the Indians as Holloway makes his way over to the bench. Looks like to be a left ankle or foot issue. Obvious pain.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he was able to put any weight on it as they took him off the field. Hopefully he's going to be all right.
I'm not sure if he was one in on the tackle or not. It was on this side, and I thought it was Miller, but it could very well have been Holloway. Two receivers wide to the left. In the shotgun is Bourne. Pekka and Doherty wide left. Rolls out to his left. Bourne now runs to his right. Got a little running room. Shoulder pad down across the 40 to 30, knocked out of bounds, and I'll tell you, that was a first down, clear down to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, the
good run by Bourne. Found the opening to the right side, and Miller had a shot at him. Bourne with a good stiff arm gets across the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, good 14-yard run by Braven Bourne, and he saw it all the way, saw the wide open space in front of him, made a good read, pulled that back in, and took off running.
First and 10 for the Indians. Ball across the 30 at the 29. In the shotgun is Bourne by himself. Two receivers wide to left is Pekka and Doherty. Here's a shotgun snap. Bourne's going to keep it. Right up the middle he goes. Chopped down. Going to have 2 or 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up a second down and 8. Ball across the 30 down to the 28-yard line.
That'll bring up second down and 8 for the Indians.
Good hard run by Bourne off the right side, looking for some running room. Yet to see Keaton Kennedy in this game. Keaton Kennedy's had a big part in the last 3 games, running hard north and south. Coach Watrick electing to spread Osborne out a little bit to start the first drive here. 7:50 left to go in the third quarter, 24-8. Osborne leads. Doherty wide to the left. In the shotgun is Bourne. Carlson to his right. Now Doherty motion from left to right. Hand off to Carlson. Left side, chopped down at the line of scrimmage by Brown. Carlson falls forward for about a yard gain, a yard and a half. It's going to be third down and 6.
Yeah, Colin got tripped up there at the line of scrimmage. He had to hit a steam build up. Somebody just reached their arm in there and tripped him up.
Brown come in from that linebacker's position and tripped him up. Good thing he did. He had a little running room on the left-hand side. A big third down and 6 for the Indian. Ball across the 30 down to the 25. 7:12 left to go in the third quarter. 2 receivers wide to left. Bourne in the shotgun. Back to pass. Now Bourne's going to run it. Looking for some room. Now he rolls back to his left. Looking for some running room. Needs to get rid of the football, and he's going to be sacked way back. He shouldn't have threw that ball away. And that's going to put the Indians probably in punt formation. We'll see what happens. Warren would have been better off just throwing that football away, trying to save field position. Big loss on the play, 10-yard loss on the play.
And number...
It's going to bring up fourth down and 15 for the Indians.
For the Bulldogs. That'll bring up fourth down.
At the sideline.
He was really working hard trying to make something happen, and sometimes when you get to doing that, you just wait a little bit too long, and it just didn't have anywhere to go.
Coach Watcher's going to call a timeout here. He's letting the clock run. The Indians trail 24-8 here in the third quarter. As Coach Watcher is going to elect to use a timeout here. Timeout called. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Go to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
St. Paul Tire and Lube, locally owned and operated, offers the small-town convenience you love without the big city prices. They offer free pickup and drop-off in St. Paul, so you're not left stranded while your vehicle is in the shop. They offer tire repair and also offer oil change and new tires. When you find yourself in need of new tires or an oil change and need to keep going, visit with St. Paul Tire and Lube, 620-449-2323. St. Paul Tire and Lube, proud supporters of the St. Paul Indians.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Timeout sponsor brought to you by St. Paul Supermarket. Welcome back to Miles Field. Dan Bitt alongside Mike McCracken, where the Indians trail 24-8, 6:16 left to go in the third quarter. A big 4th and 15 for the Indians in Osborne territory at 35, but a 10-yard loss by Bourne. What would have been a 4th and 5 is now a 4th and 15. We'll see what Coach Watrick elects to do out of the timeout, see if he goes for it. Had Bourne on the sideline the whole time with him, so it looks like the Indians are going to go for it here. Kind of risky here.
A little risky. Indians had a good drive put together and then kind of just sputtered here as they got across midfield.
I'm not second-guessing, but I believe I would punt this football and try to pin Osborne back deep, especially with Holloway possibly out of the game. Bourne back to pass. Going to roll up. Now he's going to throw it across the middle of the field. Has Caleb Pekka first down. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Indians. So much for what I know. I have dialed up that pass play across the middle to Caleb Pekka and score.
You know what? There's not much to be said for that other than a good play call, good pass by Braven Bourne. Patient in the pocket. Caleb Pekka got open off to the races. 30-yard touchdown pass and reception. Bourne to Caleb Pekka.
24-14 is our score, pending the extra point.
I was just excited they were going to get the first down, and Pekka wasn't going to settle for that. He was off to the races.
It was going to be extraordinary. He had a little contact right at the first down marker, broke that tackle, and to the right he went, turned on the jets, and got into the right corner of the end zone for the Indian touchdown. The Indians try to make this a one-score game, pinning that extra point. Brave count is on. Bourne in the shotgun, in the pistol. Back to pass. Looks for Doherty on the out, way over the top of his head. Ball falls incomplete. As Doherty was tripped up on the play, but that was way over his head. It's 24-14, but the Indians get a score of their own. Now 6:06 left to go here in the third quarter. We'll go ahead and stay here as one of Osborne's weapons appear to be out in the game. He's still on the bench. And Holloway, you hate to see that. Darian Holloway, he was a big weapon, favorite receiver, younger brother to Darnell. And you get into the playoff games, Mike, you hate to see anyone get injured because no matter which team moves on, you want them to be at full strength. Same with Burlingame's quarterback. Burlingame's still real good, but their quarterback, you hate to see anybody get hurt, but especially any senior get hurt during the playoffs of the game, Mike.
That's for sure. Back to that play, Bourne to peck a pass, Dan. That's one of those things that you're either going to be a hero or a zero as the coach, and Coach Watrick, always the gambler, not afraid to take a chance on 4th and long, and it paid off for him that time. So, good play call by Coach Watrick. Bad news is didn't make the extra point, so still a 2-score game for St. Paul to tie and get back in the lead.
Alejandro Mate has his ball teed up for Styles Fitness and More kickoff sponsor. 6:06 left to go here in the third. 24-14. Indians trail by 10. Mate has the ball kicked up, drives the football to the goal line, and he's going to step. He almost let it go. He tried to stay out of the end zone, but he almost did not call that, as there was 1 foot into the end zone, and Osborne's, either way, it's going to be a touchback by Mate. Osborne's going to be first and 10 from their own 15.
See what kind of impact it has with Holloway still over there with the injury. We'll see what kind of impact that has on the Osborne offense, if that slows them down at all. So far, they've been pretty effective using him as well as using Sure. Probably going to pick up the load now on Sure, would be my guess.
It looks like they're working on his left knee. Got him on the ground. In the pistol is Holloway. Set to his right is Sure. Here's a snap. Handoff to Sure. Right up the middle. Got a little running room. Going to be brought down by Pekka and, I believe, Carlson. Nope, Anthony Albertini. It's going to be a gain of 3 on the play. 3 second down and 7 as Sure continues to run hard off the left-hand side of that line of scrimmage.
3 yards to be second down and 7.
Darryl Holloway comes in from the sideline with the play. Second down and 7. Ball spotted at the 18-yard line. 5:40 left to go here in the third. 24-14. Osborne leads by 10. I formation. Who's the tailback, Mike? Fullback is Sure. Handoff to the tailback. Gets around Sure around the right side. Got some running room. Spins wide. Ball comes out late. And it's going to be recovered by Osborne or knocked out of bounds. Osborne returns. It's going to be a big gain on the play, a gain of about 10 or 12 on the play, across the 30 up to the 32.
Recovery by the Bulldogs.
Sure went to the tailback position. I'm not sure who was the fullback. We'll have to catch who the fullback is now with younger brother Holloway out of the game. Real hard to read numbers with white jerseys and gold numbers. Under center is Holloway. Sure is the single back set. One receiver right and left. Option to the right. Holloway's going to keep it. Grant Hutcherson does a good job of staying home. Got him by the jersey and finally rips him down. Hutcherson stays home on the night. From that left defensive end, good job by Hutcherson staying home and taking care of quarterback on that belly option. Rips him down for a 2-yard loss. Going to be second down and 12.
Hutcherson sure wants some help over there. He had a hold of Holloway and just couldn't get him to the ground. Was really want some help to come, and help was a little slow getting there, but Hutcherson was not about to let go of him.
Osborne taking their time, coming back in with the play. Clock is their friend with 4:47 left to go in the third. A lot of time left in this game. Indians trail 24-14. 2 receivers wide to the left. Holloway in the pistol, Sure set to his right. A lot of cushion given by the D-backs. Holloway's going to keep it off the side. There's Hutcherson again. He misses the tackle, but he's going to be knocked out of bounds as Holloway by Adam Albertini. Going to be a short game. Boy, somebody had a handful of jersey. I don't know if you can see that online, but it looked like they had Hutcherson, a handful of jersey, but no call on the play. He gains about 2. He's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 11 for Osborne. Ball's at the 32-yard line, 4:29 left to go in the third, 24-14, Osborne leads.
Watch for that tight end. We saw that in the first half, that tight end sneaking out there in the flat.
Yeah, got to watch Brown coming. He's at the left defense or left tight end. Now 2 receivers come to the left. Now 1 to the left, 1. Now it's going to be a timeout by Osborne as they try to get everybody set. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Exchange Insurance Agency is a proud supporter of the St. Paul Indians. Give us a call, visit our website, or stop in to let us do the comparison shopping for you and get a free no-obligation quote. Offering all types of insurance, including auto, motorcycle, home, farm, crop, watercraft, life, and health, Medicare supplements, and all lines of commercial or business insurance. Serving the 4-state area since 1964, Exchange Insurance in St. Paul is here to provide you with what you need, want, and should expect from your insurance agency.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Welcome back to Miles Field in St. Paul, where St. Paul trails 24-14. A big 3rd and 11 coming up for the Indian defense. Osborne with the football.
Indian defense got an opportunity here to make a stop, get the ball back, get on offense, try to get down there and see if they can put the ball in the end zone before the end of the 3rd quarter. Try to give themselves a chance here. 10-point behind. Going to take 2 scores to get ahead. So St. Paul needs to do some work here, but it's not out of reach so far.
3rd and 11 for Burlingame. 2 receivers wide to the left. Now Brown slips to the right side. The right tight end going to have to watch him as Adam Albertini's on that side. In the shotgun is Holloway. Back to pass. Going to be a little pressure put on. Throws it across the midfield. Picked off by Caleb Pekka. Across the 35, almost back to midfield. Good job by Pecker reading that and picking that football up. Momentum goes back to the Indians. Turnover by Osborne gives the Indians the football close to midfield. Just what the Indians needed. Shot in the arm. Caleb Pecker, you could see that the whole way. Read that the whole time.
Yeah, he did.
And that was all caused by pressure up the middle by Kobe Spielbush and another Indian on Holloway. Got rid of that ball because he had to, and across the middle of the field, and Peckett stepped right in front of it.
Shows how important that pressure on the quarterback is. Holloway does a really good job when he's back there and got time. He had some pressure and was hurried that time and made a mistake.
Albertini back in there. Carlson at fullback. Adam Albertini at tailback. Bourne up under center. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Back to pass is Bourne. Rolling to his right. Now throws it deep across the middle looking for Peckett, and it's going to be overthrown. Ball's incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Ball spotted 38.
So the Indians now to make Osborne pay on the turnover, just as Osborne did to them in the first half. 2 turnovers for St. Paul, 2 touchdowns. St. Paul got a chance for a little payback here with this turnover. If they can drive the length of the field, they did a pretty good job. Just stalled out a little bit on the last drive, but they were able to move the ball.
Easton Dent comes in for Pekka after he's ran a couple big plays there. Carlson at fullback, Albertini at tailback. Hand off to Carlson. Nope, Bourne's going to keep it. Thinks about pitching it late and doesn't it? He's not going to get anything.
Play there.
Good thing he didn't because Scher was standing right there ready to pick that football off. It's going to be a 3rd down and 9. Indians need to take advantage of the turnover, but a big 3rd and 9 play coming up.
Big 3rd down here for the Indians. Need to convert, get this 1st down. Officials timeout on the field.
Now they're going to wind it. 3rd down and 9 as Brendan Doherty comes into the game. With the play from the sideline, a big 3rd and down. Indians trying to take advantage of the turnover. Pick off by Caleb Pekka. 2 receivers wide to the right is Albertini and Doherty. Single back set in the shotgun is Bourne. 3rd down and 9. It's going to be a slip screen to Doherty. Looking for some running room. Goes across the field. Turns the gas on. Cuts back up to the middle. He's going to be short of the 1st down, but he's going to gain about 8 down to about the 33-yard line. Brendan really loves to cut clear back across that field from right to left. 4th down and 2 for the Indians. Indians sure to go for it here on the 4th and about 2. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. They need to get down to about the 31, 30 and a half, actually.
First reception of the game by Doherty.
2:57 left to go in the 3rd, 24-14. Bourne
have to hurry up.
Now we got the wrong set in. The Indians got to call another timeout. They're going to be down to one timeout in this game. That could be all important here in the fourth quarter. We'll go ahead and stay here. My keys of the game in the second half was turnovers, tackling, and also penalties. At first, the advantage went to Osborne. Indians with a couple costly penalties. But just a couple minutes ago, Caleb Pekka with a big interception for the Indians.
Yeah, turnovers is the key there, especially if St. Paul can take advantage. That remains to be seen. However, we talked also about another key being the big play. St. Paul gave one up, but they also had one of their own on that gamble on fourth down. So back and forth, this is a good game between these two teams, probably closer than what the scoreboard shows. However, you have to remember Osborne had two plays that were called back on penalties. They got one of them back and were able to score. But really, overall, this game has been a back-and-forth battle, just like it should be here in the playoffs.
Big fourth down and 2. Indians lined up in the pistol to start that, which is generally, I would guess, had Anthony Albertini kind of lined up in the slot. You're going to guess that was going to be a quarterback keeper or quarterback run, kind of out of the Wildcat, born in that Wildcat. So let's see what set they like. I like that. I'll be honest with you, I'm a straight I formation guy right up the gut. But they're going to line up in this pistol, fourth down and 2. Everybody's up there. Bourne needs a couple of yards, but shoulder pads out. He's going to have it. Good hard run by Braven Bourne. He didn't have it at first, but he puts his shoulder pad down, and he knocked a couple Osborne Bulldogs backwards. First and 10 for the Indians, ball at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was only a 3-yard gain by Braven Bourne, but boy, it was a big 3 yards on 4th and 1 there, and was able to just power himself across the line of scrimmage and gain that first down, keep the drive alive.
Needed 2, got 2.5. First and 10 for the Indians, ball spotted 30-yard line, back into the I. Carlson at fullback, Albertini at tailback. Bourne up under center, hand off to Albertini, left side. Now stays right up the middle. Good hard run, good 4 or 5 yard gain on first down. Just shy of the 25. Anthony Albertini getting up just a little bit slow for the Indians. He tries to get stretched out, I'm not sure.
I think he might have took a hit a little bit low there. So it looked to me like
streaming online, Mike. Everybody can see it. Just call like you see it.
Oh, like I see it. It was right there.
3rd and 5, ball at the 25-yard line. You don't wear a cup in football, I don't think. High formation. Carlson right off the right guard, pushing hard down to the 20-yard line. Good hard run. He's going to be about a yard short, I believe, of the first down. But Indian line of scrimmage just doing some damage here. 3rd down and less than a yard. Ball split 21. 1:38 left to go here in the third. 24-14. Osborne leads.
Here we are, 3rd and short, about a yard to go.
Albertini's still trying to catch his breath out there a little bit. I believe I would be too. I formation. Carlson fullback, Albertini at tailback. This is a broken play. Bourne's going to keep it. He's going to be close to a first down. I think if he has it, he don't have it by much. He may just be a little bit short. I'm not sure who went the wrong direction, but somebody went the wrong way, and Bourne took way too long to decide he was going to go up the field. He's going to be just an inches short of the first down, so this is big. Anthony Albertini comes out of the game.
Yeah, Bourne took a snap, turned around, nobody there to take the handoff, and then he was indecisive for just as long enough for the Osborne defense to get him surrounded, keep him from gaining that yard or so that he needed. 4th down and inches, less than a yard. Here's a snap. Bourne's going to keep it, nowhere to go. Pitches to Albertini late. Albertini's got room. Down to the 10. Oh, my gosh, what a play by Braven Bourne. As Bourne gets that ball out to Albertini, and he has a first down just outside the 11. Bourne was boxed up, nowhere to go, was not going to have the first down and get that ball off to Adam Albertini. I got to tell you, that scared me to death. I thought Bourne was hung up in the pile there, and he saw Adam Albertini standing out there just close enough he can make that pitch. Good decision by Braven. It paid off for him to get rid of it. Nice 9-yard gain by Adam Albertini.
Give Darnell Holloway the credit. That was the touchdown-saving tackle by Holloway. I formation. Carlson fullback. Albertini pitched to Albertini, right side, looks for room, cuts back twice. Now he drives up the middle. Is going to just get across the 10. Not much running room. Good pursuit by Osborne as Anthony Albertini coming back into the game. That's a good sign for the Indians. 2nd down and 9 for the Indians. Ball spotted right at the 10. Indians need to get down to about the 1, inside the 1. So And this is going to be the end of the third quarter as they're going to let the clock wind down. We got a good one here, folks, 24-14 after 3. Indians threatening. We'll be back at this 30-second timeout. Let's St. Paul football on Hot 105.
14.
Farmers Bank is a full-service bank with small-town personal attention. They know you by name and are always glad to help you out. Offering 24-hour ATM and 3 banking locations in St. Paul, Walnut, and Hepler, Farmers Bank, member FDIC, is proud to help support the success that a small community can achieve with teamwork and determination.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Well, welcome back to Miles Field. We got a good one here. Mike's 24-14 Indians trail, but they have the ball 2nd and 9, just outside right at the 10-yard line, so threatening here.
Yeah, want to thank St. Paul Supermarket being timeout sponsor. Coming out of this timeout, it's all about what St. Paul can do here on 2nd and about 9. They are threatening. They can still get a first down if they get down about to the, it looks like about the 2-yard line, able to still get a first down, but got an opportunity here to put some points on the board and chip away at this lead. Get themselves back in a position to take over this game here late in the fourth or early in the fourth quarter.
Indians battling with the defending state champions, Osborne Bulldogs. Osborne with a heck of a road trip, 300 miles away. Look, always up, walking up and down the sideline. That's pretty good walking around over there. Good sign for Osborne. Hand off to Albertini, left side, running hard. He's going to be brought down with short gain on the play, coming out of starting the fourth quarter here. So big 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Indians. Ball inside the 10, spotted about the 7-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like about the 7-yard line, or maybe the 8.
It's 2 big plays coming up for the Indians. They really desperately need to get in the end zone here. 12 minutes left. A lot of time left in the ball game, but you need to score when you have an opportunity. I formation, Carlson fullback, Albertini at tailback, Bourne up under center. 3rd down and 7. Bourne's going to roll out to his right. Looking, nowhere to go. Throws it late across the middle, but it's short for Peckett, and it falls incomplete. Big 4th down for the Indians. 4th and 7. They can still get a first down, but they're going to have to get awful close to the goal line. Clock stopped. 11:15 left to go in this game. 24-14. Indians trail by 10.
Coach Wattrick looking to see if he can make lightning strike twice here in the fourth quarter after the big 4th down play in the 3rd. Now he's got another opportunity. They can make the first down, but to get that close, they just want to make a touchdown, especially since it's 4th down here.
And you got to hurry up in the huddle here. A lot of time. 11:15 left to go in the game. 24-14. 4th and 7. I formation. Carlson fullback. He's going to roll out to his right. Goes to the left. Wide open. Carlson. Touchdown.
There's that lightning twice now on 4th down. Play uncovered with Colin Carlson out there.
I mean, he was as wide open as you could possibly be. I've been scared to try to catch that, but oh my God, it dropped.
I think you're right. He was out there, and it was almost too easy.
He grabbed that like a loaf of bread and stuffed it into his gut and backed into the end zone. That's how open he was. There was nobody even close. 24-20, 4-point game, all-important extra point. I tell you what, you want to get this within 2, Mike, because we have the all-important Alejandro Monte can always line up with
not out of the question. They need this extra point here.
I formation, Carlson fullback, Albertini at tailback. It's going to be a handoff to Albertini, left side, in the end zone. Extra good. Good hard run by Albertini off the left guard. Good job by the line of scrimmage. We got 2-point ball game. 24-22. Advantage Indians. 2 scores for them. 1 for Osborne. Their opening drive of the second half on a trick play, a hook and ladder. So momentum is with the Indians right now. 11-10 left to go in this ball game. They still trail by 2. But we got a ball game here, folks.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a street fight here the last quarter, back and forth. That extra point that St. Paul missed really costing them now, leaving them behind 24-22. But like you said, if they can get close, keep the game close, keep Osborne from scoring, we've seen it before. Alejandro Mata able to put that foot in there, and he's capable of kicking a field goal. Nice for St. Paul if they can get the ball back, though, put more points on the board, not have to worry about coming down to that. But it is nice to know it's possible and that they've done it before.
Alejandro Mate with Styles Fitness and more has that ball teed up. Our sponsor is Styles Fitness and more. Back deep is Sure and Holloway. for Osborne. 11-10 left to go in this game.
A lot of time here. St. Paul defense can't get soft now. They're going to have to really stand up and do something, keep Osborne down and away from the goal line.
Mate, here comes the kick. Kick is off high. Driving kick in through the end zone. Touchback. Mate is fired up as well as the Indians. And so here we go. First and 10 for Osborne, back at their own 15-yard line.
Well, I hope the streaming live is coming over because this is a fun game to watch, fun game to call, just a fun game to be at, especially if you're here. A lot of excitement in the air, and I know it's going to be exciting even if you're just watching it online.
24-22, Osborne leads by 2. First and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 15-yard line. On the opposite end of the field from us, going to be hard to see jersey numbers. In the eye, still can't see the fullback's number, but sure is the tailback. Hard count. Everybody went the wrong way. Now he's going to keep it, tries to get around the left side. Bourne knocks him out of bounds. Busted play. Everybody went to the right. Holloway went to the left. He's going to gain 2 or 3 on the play. Let's give him 3.
Okay.
Second down and 7. Ball spotted about the 18.5-yard line. So about 3.5 yards, 3-yard gain on the play. I formation again. I still can't see the number of the fullback. Them white jerseys and gold numbers do not show up. I'm pretty sure it's Sure. Pretty sure Sure is the tailback. Here comes the snap. Hand off to Sure. Left side. It's going to be wrapped up. Anthony Albertini with a big play. He comes through that line of scrimmage. He blew somebody up and made a sure tackle on Sure, knocked him back for a loss. It's going to be a third down and 11. Third down and 10 exactly. So a big third down play for the Indian defense here. 10:41 left to go in this game. 24-22. Osborne leads by 2.
Yeah, that's the best penetration we've seen all day for St. Paul defensive line. And, boy, it couldn't have come at a better time with them pinned deep in their own territory down here around the 15-yard line. Anthony Albertini just shot through there.
It's been a long time in the huddle. The count's going to be on here before long. Look for Osborne possibly have to call timeout. Here's the count is on. Just now coming up the line of scrimmage. There's the timeout. You could see that coming as long as they was taken in the huddle. With that timeout, we'll take a 30-second timeout. It was St. Paul football at Hot 105.
Richie's Drugstore in Erie has been serving the area since 1883 with a strong belief in providing customized care and doing more than just filling prescriptions. Pharmacist Morgan Bunton is now taking appointments for free consultations and sign-up assistance for Medicare Part D prescription plans that will fit your needs. Open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Even if you're in a current plan, let Richie's help you determine if there's a better plan to cover your unique needs and prescriptions. Call or stop by Richie's today on the corner of State and Main in Erie.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Well, welcome back to Miles Field, St. Paul. Momentum going to the Indians right now. Big third down and 10 coming up for Osborne back at their own 15. They still lead by 2, 24-22. 10-16 left to go in this game.
You know, Osborne ran a little bit slow that time, had to call the timeout, but sometimes that's not all bad after a big play like Anthony Albertini just made to take a little bit of the wind out.
2 receivers wide to the left. In the pistol is Holloway. Set to his right is Sure. Here comes the snap. Sure kind of bleeds out to the right. Screen pass across the middle. Brown, good tackle across the middle. Who is that? Adam Albertini read that well. Brought down Brown. It wasn't a shovel pass, but it was a little drop pass across the middle from that tight end position. Good job by Albertini reading that. It's going to be a fourth down and 8. Need to make sure nothing fancy happens here. Albertini's going to drop back in punt formation for the first time. The Indians have been kind of staying up there because Holloway kind of rolls out.
Watch for the fake here.
He's in punt formation, 4th and 8. Motion from left to right. He's looking. He's going to kick it, and it's going to be a nice punt taken by, that's a 35. Here comes Albertini. Cuts his right to his left, cross midfield. Good job by Albertini across the 30, 28.
Here's St. Paul's opportunity now. They were able to hold on defense. Offense step up now, do their part. They've done a good job earlier driving the ball, was keeping it on the ground and just grinding it away up the middle. Time to not get cute and do what you were doing that was working. We'll see what Coach Wattrick dials up here for the
ball
offense.
Spotted deep into Osborne territory at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Indians in the eye. Carlson up the middle, driving hard. keep a hold of the football. He's going to have a nice 5-yard gain on the play.
Well, it's a slow whistle there by the officials, but
Carlson got stood standing straight up and down. That's where the Indians had coughed it up a couple times early in the game. Second down and a gain of 4. Second down and 6. Ball at the 26-yard line, I believe.
Ball spotted at the 26-yard line.
9:03 left to go in the game. 24-22. Osborne leads by 2. I formation. Carlson fullback. Albertini at tailback. 2nd and 6. A lot of moving by Osborne. Hand off to Albertini. Looking for some running room. Gets to the outside around the left-hand side. He's going to be across the 20, close to a first down. Very close to a first down. A little bit short. Going to bring up a 3rd down and a yard as Holloway tried to jerk him down by a jersey. Albertini, not no running room up the middle. He got to the outside, made something out of nothing. 8:30 left to go in this game. 24-22. Osborne leads by 2. 3rd down and 1. Ball spotted about the 20-yard line. Indians need to get to the 19. I formation. Carlson the fullback. Albertini at tailback. Hand off Albertini, right side. Cuts back up across the middle. Has the first down. Holds on to the football. He's going to have a first down down inside the 20. Looks like about to the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Keep the drive alive. That's what they need to do. Keep the ball on the ground. Keep the drive alive. That's what's been working for them.
Albertini not 100%, but you can tell he's running hard. I wouldn't be scared to put some fresh legs in there by the name of Keaton Kennedy.
Well, and we've seen that before, too. You get them down and wore out a little bit on this running game.
Carlson at fullback. Albertini at tailback. Bourne up in center. 1st and 10. Hand off to Albertini. Left side is going to be cut down right after he crosses the line of scrimmage. He's going to gain about 1 or 2 on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 8. The Bulldogs not making anything easy on the Indians here. 2nd and 8.
Ball inside
the 15 down to the 14. Indians need to get to about the 5, I believe, for a first down. Flag sticks clear across the other side of the field. Hard to see. I formation. Carlson fullback. Albertini option to the right. Pitch late. Ball's on the ground, but Albertini gets on it. Bad decision by Bourne. It's going to be a little bit of a loss on the play. Doherty comes into the game. It's going to be a lose of yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Bourne wanted to make that pitch. The defender had wrapped up and had a hold of his pitch arm, and so he couldn't extend it to make the pitch. He tried to flip it with his wrist, and it just couldn't quite get to Albertini. He took one bounce on the ground. Good play by Adam to see that and get onto it before Osborne had a chance to get there.
3rd and 10. Ball spotted. 3rd and 9. Bourne in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. Albertini and Doherty steps up in the pocket. Throws across the middle. Touchdown! Right on his fingertip. What a pass and catch from Bourne to Pekka.
We've seen Bourne to Pekka all season long. Sure-handed Caleb Pekka able to reel that one in. Nice pass by Braven Bourne. Caught him in the back middle of the end zone. Pekka got his foot down in there. He's right at the back line, as a matter of fact. But no flags on the field. Touchdown St. Paul.
28-24. Indians lead by 4. Come all the way back. And all the momentum to the Indians. What a pass and catch from Bourne to Pekka. I just knew that was going to be about a half yard too long. It was right on Caleb Pekka's fingertips. In the shotgun is Bourne in the pistol. Going to keep it to the right. Push the shoulder pads down. Extra point is good. That's important. Makes it a 6-point game. 6:42 left to go in this game. St. Paul 30, the first lead for the Indians of the night. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Here to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
The Exchange State Bank is proud to be a member of the St. Paul community. The Exchange State Bank has served the area since 1914 and is committed to go the distance for you. A full-service bank, they offer savings, checking accounts, loan certificates of deposit, and more. They also offer competitive rates on loans and investments, all while giving you the kind of personal service you won't find at bigger institutions. Visit with Bob Schonifer at Exchange State Bank in St. Paul, member FDIC, proud sponsor of the St. Paul Indians.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Welcome back to Miles Field to end it alongside Mike McCracken. What do you think of this one, Mike?
Well, this is about as exciting as it gets here. St. Paul down by 2 scores. Came back here in the second half, late in the fourth quarter here. 6 minutes left, and they have the lead. Now it's up to the defense. Cause some problems for Osborne. Keep them pinned deep in their own territory. Alejandro's going to try and do his best to do that here on the kickoff.
Alejandro Mate with our Styles Fitness and More kickoff. Here comes the kick. High driving kick, and Mate is fired up. He kicks that almost to the back of the end zone.
To the end zone, that'll be a touchback.
St. Paul got all the momentum in the world now. The thing is, don't let down. Don't let Osborne get away with one. If they happen to slip up and give up a big play, that can be deflating. So that, it's really important for St. Paul to cover the pass. Osborne's going to go into a little bit of a looser desperation type mode now with 6 minutes left. Look for them to start really tossing the ball around.
6:42 left to go in the game. Indians up by 6. Osborne up to the line of scrimmage quick. I formation. Sure at tailback. Holloway under center. Hands off to Sure. Off the right side. Hutcherson's got him by the shirt tail. He gets away and still trying to get away, and he loses yardage. Good job by Colin Carlson following up that play as Hutcherson, a couple of Indians was in there quick. One of them was Grant Hutcherson. Couldn't quite get him down. Sure spun away, but Carlson was good pursuit. It's going to be second down and 16.
Sure to get a hold of because there a lot of shirt tackling. Hutcherson had a hold of him by the shirt, spun him around. He got away. Then Carlson got him by the shirt. But good news is they've got him down.
Second and 16. Back at their own 9. 2 receivers wide to the left. Holloway in the pistol. Sure set to his right. Here's a shotgun snap. Back to pass. Looking to his left. Going to scramble. No, he's dropped the football. And now he's going to be brought down to be close to the ball.
Touchdown. That's going to be a
who's on it?
St. Paul.
Touchdown! Safety.
We go out of the end zone.
Osborne must have went out of the football, so it's a safety for the Indians, which is great to make it an 8-point ball game. I'm sorry, I thought he was raising his hands for catching it. That was a mad scramble for the football.
That gets that extra point back.
But here's the all-important thing, Mike. Osborne has to kick to the Indians. They either have to punt it or kick off to the Indians on the safety. 32-24, Indians lead by 8. So that safety's more important than you'd ever believe. That's just like the extra point conversion we missed, obviously. 5:47 left to go in this game. All the momentum has come to the Indians. Now take care of the football, drive down, and get another score. It's been a long time since I've seen a safety in football. Good pursuit by the Indians as Holloway had that ball stripped away from him twice. I thought the Indians was going up for the touchdown, but it was a safety as I think it rolled out the back of the end zone.
Once again, that defensive pressure on Holloway. He gets nervous back there. He set up pretty calm in the pocket and then started to feel the pressure, rolled a little bit out, looking for someone.
Here's the other big thing, Mike. They have to kick off from their own 15-yard line. Yeah. So the Indians, Adam Albertini, back standing in his own 25 now. Just take care of the football. 2 hands on the ball.
Ball control and keep
your composure with the lead of the game. 8 points, 5:47 left to go in the game. I'm having a hard time keeping my composure. I'm excited. Holloway has the ball teed up. Albertini back deep for the Indians.
Don't rule out the onside kick attempt here.
It's kicked to the left sideline. Going to roll. Nope, going to be picked up by Albertini. 27, across the 30, across the 35. Still running hard across midfield down to 38. Good hard run by Adam Albertini. Ball into Osborne territory at the 38.
Like you said, Dan, now it's time to play ball control offense. Don't get cute. Get out there, control the clock. Keep the ball tucked away. Don't give up a turnover here. Don't make any mistakes mentally with penalties. And things are looking pretty good for St. Paul with 5:42 left here in the ball game. Still 5 minutes left.
A lot of time. Things are looking better. It is follow momentum. Keep your composure. Everybody know the snap count. No penalties, 1st and 10 for the Indians, and absolutely no turnovers. Bourne turns around, makes sure Carlson and Albertini knows the play. I formation, hand off to Carlson, left side. Running right up the middle is going to be cut down, but he's going to gain nice 4 or 5 yards on the play. His ankle tackled there, not until he gained 4 yards. Second down, and call it 6.
Second down and 6 for the
ball across the 35 down to the 33-yard line.
It's a long ways down to that end zone. I wish we could have seen who was putting the pressure on the quarterback on that safety because they get a lot of credit for causing that problem.
High formation, Carl's at fullback, Albertini at tailback, Bourne up under center. Now the count's on, up under center he comes. Hand off to Carlson, off the right side. He's going to be stood up the line of scrimmage. Now Bourne trying to push the pile. They finally blow it dead. He's not going to gain much, maybe a yard on the play. as the Indians try to drive it right down Osborne's throat. He gains very little on the play. Let's call it a gain of 1. Third down and 5 for the Indians. 4:43 left to go in the game. A lot of time left. Indians in that in-between territory here really need a first down. Ball set at the 32. Need to get to about the 27, I believe, for a first down. Bourne up under center. I formation. Carl's the fullback. Albertini at tailback. Counts on, so Bourne comes up under center. Here's the snap. A lot of blitzing. Albertini gets to the edge. Has the first down and more. Puts a move on. Shot out of bounds by Sher, but not until he has lots of yardage on the play. First down, Indians.
Gain of about, I'm going to say 16.
He put a good stop-and-go move on Schroeder and got another 7 yards as he tried to fake the cutback. Boy, it's hard to see where that football's at. It's about is it the 12, Mike? 13-yard line? I believe it's about the 13-yard line. First and 10. The white marks are awful light.
St. Paul really could take control if they were able to score here. The key is hang on to the ball.
Split back formation. Carlson to his left. Albertini to his right. Bourne up under center. First and 10 for the Indians. Hand off to no. Bourne's going to keep it. He's going to be stood up. Nowhere to go. And everybody's stripping it away. They finally blow him progress down. He's going to lose a yard. It's going to be second down and 11. Well, I can tell you one thing that's not going to be a problem this week, Mike, is if you remember when we did line up to kick a field goal, we couldn't find the kicking tee, but look who's got his kicking tee in his hand.
That's right. There will be no way that they're not going to be able to find that field goal kicking tee if it gets a chance.
If this gets down to fourth down, folks, don't be surprised if we don't see Alejandro Mate line up
why
for
not
a field goal.
if it comes down to it?
Which is dangerous because you get that blocked. Bourne in the shotgun, in the pistol, second down and 11. He's going to keep it.
Yeah,
now
they
it's going to be
moved.
dead. The Indians are going to have a false start. From the 12. They need to keep their composure here. It's going to be second down and 16. They're going to back us up to about the 19-yard line.
Only the second penalty of the half for St. Paul, so they've done a good job cleaning things up, but they just have got to keep their composure here. Don't get too excited. It's not over yet.
They need to get down inside the 5 towards the 3-yard line for first down, I believe. Ball spotted about the 19-yard line of Osborne. Second down and 16. 3:20 left to go in the game. 32. Indians 32. Osborne 24. Indians lead by 8.
Indians going to have to step it up here. They're going to run out of time again.
In the pistol is Bourne. Count is on. Here's the shotgun snap. Back to pass. Bourne across the middle. Steps up into the pocket. Now trying to get away. Spins away. Puts his shoulder pad down. Good job by Bourne. Get positive yardage. Was a possible sack. Good pressure. Nobody open on that play. Only one receiver going out in the pattern was Pekka. He was covered well. It's going to be a third down and 13 for the Indians. 2:40 left to go in the game. 32-24. Indians lead by 8.
Taking a long time getting the play in.
Wouldn't be surprised if we don't have to call timeout. Coach Watcher's not going to want to take a penalty here. It's just hypothetically speak. The count is on. Coach Watcher needs to get up over. Here comes the snap. Fullback option. How about Albertini? What's the move on the left side? He's going to be real close to a first down, just a little bit short. Nice positive yardage by the Indians. Gets him extraordinary. Maybe it is a first down.
I think they're going to...
Nope, it's going to be fourth down. They just dropped the marker down. I thought they threw it down. It's going to be fourth down and a long 2. Call it 3. Big decision by Coach Wadrick here. He could run Mate on. As Albertine, they're going to run Mate on, try a field goal here.
They're going to have to hurry up if they're going to do it. They're going to have to call a timeout, I think.
This is pretty gutsy because you get this blocked, and that's going to be okay. He's going to call a timeout. Timeout. 2:14 left to go in the game. 32-24. Indians lead by 8. Big decision by Coach Watrick on a fourth down and 2. I'm glad he's a coach because I'm not sure what I'd do.
You know, we're seeing a lot of things that make you scratch your head and just hope for the best. That fourth down play, the gutsy fourth down play turned into a touchdown. Another fourth down play that converted on the last drive. Then the safety. Now you've got fourth down on the 4-yard line. Deciding to maybe try to kick a field goal.
I think the ball spotted outside the 5. I think we need to get down to about the ball spotted just outside the 5.
Okay, yep.
I think we need to get down to about the 3.5-yard line. So we're going to call it 4th and 2. It's really about 1.5 yards, it looks to be. The problem with the field goal is 8-man football. You have the holder and you have the kicker, so you have 8 guys rushing, and that leaves 6 to block 8. So this is pretty gutsy here. It's hard to get a field goal off because this blocked. Osborne, I believe, can pick it up and run it in for a touchdown. It's a live ball, and we are going to line up for a field goal. The timeout probably helps Osborne because I doubt if they faced very many field goals. They put Strong to the right, which is Albertini, so Pecca's got 2 guys out here to block. Here it goes. Monte's lined up. Here's a kick. It's up.
It's good.
It's good! Monte nails it! Alejandro Monte gives the Indians a 35-24 lead. Alejandro Monte is 2 for 2 for field goals this year. What a job by Alejandro Monte.
You know what? If you've got a weapon like that and you've got a chance to use them, why not?
Now they're calling Bourne out on the field. Is there a flag on the play? Now all the refs are gathered up. I'm not sure what. All the flag sticks are still in one spot. 35-24. I'm not sure neither.
There's a flag
standing back about the. It's in our backfield.
Hold. No, that's a defensive foul. Personal foul on the defense. Could have been after the play.
So if it's on the kickoff, hopefully we can do it on the kickoff. So that's good. Field goal is good. 2:09 left to go in this game. Indians 35, Osborne 24.
I'm going to give Alejandro a 22-yard field goal on that play, Dan. You
can give him a 50-yard as far as I'm concerned. Well, there's a saying for that.
Yeah, there is.
But that's just keeping your composure pretty good. Oh, Alejandro Bourne, hey, give credit. Be honest with you, I'm not sure if Hutcherson or Anthony Albertini is the snapper. The holder is Braven Bourne. So give him credit for getting them holds down, and Monte put a lot of air under that, made it hard to block for anyone.
There's a lot of moving parts to that field goal, especially an 8-man when you don't kick them very often, but it's worked out twice now.
I don't understand the penalty. You think we'd get to access that on the kickoff, but they're still going to tee it up at the 30-yard line. Because if it was after the play, it should have been able to access it. Either way, Alejandro Monte, Styles Fitness, and more. Holy cow, what a ball game put together in the second half by the Indians. 35-24, 11-point lead, 2:09 left to go in this game. Osborne, each team with one timeout. Monte's kicks, drive and kick into the end zone, back to the upright. First and 10 for Osborne, pinned back at their own 15-yard line.
It's been fun to watch Alejandro come out here the first of the season, never played American football before, and got into this kicking thing and thought it was pretty fun, took a couple of nasty hits on some kickoffs. Besides, maybe that wasn't quite as fun, but I got to think he's loving things right now, being able to kick these field goals and be a big part of this Indian.
Look who we got in there, free safety. Brendan Doherty's in the game, standing back like a punt returner as a free safety. First and 10 for Osborne at their own 15. Under center is Holloway. Little slant. Got some running room. He's going to be chopped down from behind. Good job by Bourne, chopping down before. He's going to have a first down. Is Caden Miller. But the clock will wind as soon as the chains get set. 2:03 left to go in the game. Clock is started. Under 2 minutes left to go. Indians lead by 11. One left, one right. Slant pattern again by Miller. He's going to be chopped down. No gain. Clock's going to run. Look for Osborne to have to use one of their last timeout, and they will use their last timeout. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. Let Mike and I catch our breath. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. It's St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Jerry and Kevin Winter, along with the entire crew at KW Trucking, are proud to bring you this broadcast of the St. Paul Indians. KW Trucking specializes in heavy equipment and heavy truck repair, late model rebuilding, and body work from large trucks down to cars. They also have a full-service machine shop and a great selection of both used cars and trucks. See Jerry or Kevin at KW Trucking or call 449-2763.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports, Hot 105.
Welcome back to St. Paul's Ball. All Indians here. It's about midway through the third quarter. 1:48 left to go here in the third. 35-24. Indians up by 11. Second 8 for Osborne. Use their last timeout. Holloway's going to scramble now. Spillers can't get him down the left sideline. Out of bounds he goes. He crosses midfield down to the 37. I think he was looking for sure, bleeding out of the backfield to the right.
Get into St. Paul territory at the 36-yard line.
36-yard line. First and 10, they cross midfield. Osborne with the football. No timeouts left. A lot of time left. 1:42 left to go in the game. One receiver right, one left. Holloway in the shotgun. Sure set to his right. Here's a snap. Low snap. It's going to be an out pattern. Going to be ball incomplete. Intended for Miller. Stops the clock with 1:38 left in the game.
Now you want to play soft enough to keep them in front of you, but you want to play hard enough that you're still up there trying to make plays and make some tackles because they're going to throw these 5- and 7-yard out passes, and so far they've really, quite a few yards.
You really want to try to tackle someone inbounds, which you really want to try to do. Second down and 10. In the pistol is Holloway. Now there's going to be a flag on play. False start on
the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs are going to push them back 5 yards and bring up second down and 15. What a crowd here for the Indians, Mike.
Yeah, good crowd for the Indians, all on their feet cheering, and they've had a heck of a game to watch, and especially when it's that exciting, just gets the crowd into it that more. Makes a great atmosphere to be involved with here at St. Paul.
Hey, stick around for our KW Trucking post-game show and our player game, D-Rail Commodity Player of the Game sponsor. And the pistol again is Holloway, second down and 15. Now they're back on their side of the field, 38. Back to pass. No pressure. Now he rolls out to his right. Hutcherson pressures him. Got him by the shirt tail. He gets it off late. He's going to be tackled inbounds. The clock's going to skip. Now there's a flag. I don't know what the flag is.
Might be. I'm not sure if it's a hold out there or a block in the back, possibly on Osborne.
It is a flag on the play. He was tackled inbounds, so it stops the clock for Osborne. Pushing the back by Osborne. So there's a flag against the Bulldogs. Pushing back. As give Holloway credit, Hutcherson had him by the shirt tail, and he got that ball off late. I seen the back judge, the umpire, reaching for Hutcherson, had him kind of high, but grabbed his jersey. I think he was worried about calling for a horse collar, but it was just a handful of jerseys all Hutcherson had.
Pitched it to number 2. That was Byron Rennie, the senior. Haven't heard from him tonight.
Second down and 17. Ball back again on their side of the field, spotted at the 37-yard line. 1:24 left to go in the game. 35-24. Indians up by 11. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. In the shotgun by himself is Holloway. Here's the snap. Low snap. Gets it in. Looks across the middle. Going to throw it deep across the middle field. Overthrows, sure. Ball falls incomplete. It's going to bring third down and 16. 1:18 left to go in this game. Mike, want to give credit to both teams. Osborne, defending state champs, played a heck of a game. Momentum has just went to the Indians about midway through that third quarter. Osborne come out and scored on their first possession on that hook and ladder, but really it's been Indians' defense since then.
Yeah, it's been a game of momentum, and all the credit in the world to Osborne. Coming out here, they've played a heck of a game. They got a lot of weapons, and they've used all of them.
Indians still got to take care of business. Got an 11-point lead with 1:18 left. But with all the weapons Osborne has, 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. In the shotgun is Holloway. Back to pass. No pressure. Throwing down the right sideline. Looking for Cade Miller. And it's going to fall down incomplete by Doherty. He ripped that ball loose. He's upset that he didn't come up and pick it off, but thank goodness he ripped that ball loose. I think it was intended for Cade Miller.
Well, he wanted to pick it off, but then he saw that he wasn't going to be able to catch it, and then possibly Miller was. Miller was really frustrated because he thought he was going to be able to catch it too. So some credit to Doherty to think fast enough just to knock it away.
Stops the clock. Fourth down and 17 for Osborne. 1:11 left to go in the game.
This is the play. This is it. If St. Paul can make a stop here, then that ought to about do it.
Giving down a first down isn't the end of the world. It's keeping that clock running. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. Now Albertini backs up. I wouldn't mind if they backed up a little more. Keep it in front of the flag stick. Under pressure a little bit. Albertini had a chance at him. Rolling to his left. Looking for running room. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Colin Carlson pushes Holloway out of bounds. Nowhere to go with the football. Indians take over on down.
Yep, Colin Carlson just ran him out of bounds. Stopped the clock, but it doesn't matter now. St. Paul got the ball back. 1 minute and 3 seconds left to go in this ball game with a 11-point lead.
and my favorite formation in the entire world on the planet.
Yep.
I hope we line up in it, and it's called the Victory Formation. No timeouts by Osborne. The Indians look to upset the defending state champs and will probably go on the road next week to either Burlingame or West Elk. The last I seen, Burlingame was leading West Elk. We'll try to get an update on that score. 1:03 left to go in the game. Indians football, Victory Formation. Bourne up under center. He drops back, takes a knee, clock's running. Carlson and Albertini back at the upbacks behind him. Exciting time for Indian football. They're going to be to the Final Four, folks. They're going to make it to the sub-state football game next Friday night. 35-24 with a heck of a second half put together by the St. Paul Indians. Bourne up under center again. Basketball ain't going to practice start next week, is it?
Nope, they're going to have some time here to play some more football.
Osborne still up the line of scrimmage, playing hard.
Bourne's going to wait till the count starts before he takes the snap.
26-25. Count is on. Now Bourne takes the knee, and that's going to be the ball game, folks. Indians are going to come out on top in this one, 35-24. What a ball game put together by the St. Paul Indians. They're going to advance to the sub-state ball game. Most likely have to travel next week, but who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. If you're playing next week, then you're doing something on the road or at home, and that's going to make a difference. And I know it's a big win for Coach Wattrick. He's excited, and he ought to be, because there was a lot of big plays in this game both ways. Indians are able to just fight through the adversity of being behind by 10, come back here and get the scores they needed, had a safety, had a field goal. This game had everything you could want in a football game.
What a heck of a ball game. Mike and I will be back with our KW Trucking post-game show, and we'll come back with our D-Row Commodity player of the game after this 2-minute timeout. It was St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village in St. Paul provides services to people in their retirement years. Prairie Mission meets a wide range of needs from healthcare to assisted living and independent living apartments to elderly daycare services, including transportation. With our 7 to 7 dining, residents get up when they desire, eat when and what they want, and continue to live a full and happy life. Your family deserves the best in retirement care, so give Prairie Mission Retirement Village a call today for more information at 620-449-2400. Or visit them at 242 Carroll Street in St. Paul.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburg State University. Pittsburg State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable it earned Pittsburg State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburg State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/BA-Gorilla.
St. Paul Tire and Lube, locally owned and operated, offers the small town convenience you love without the big city prices. They offer free pickup and drop off in St. Paul, so you're not left stranded while your vehicle is in the shop. They offer tire repair and also offer oil change and new tires. When you find yourself in need of new tires or an oil change and need to keep going, visit with St. Paul Tire and Lube, 620-449-2323. St. Paul Tire and Lube, proud supporters of the St. Paul Indians.
Exchange Insurance Agency is a proud supporter of the St. Paul Indians. Give us a call, visit our website, or stop in to let us do the comparison shopping for you and get a free no-obligation quote. Offering all types of insurance, including auto, motorcycle, home, farm, crop, watercraft, life, and health, Medicare supplements, and all lines of commercial or business insurance. Serving the four-state area since 1964, Exchange Insurance in St. Paul is here to provide you with what you need, want, and should expect from your insurance agency.
Let's get back to the game on your home for St. Paul Indian Sports. Hot 105.
Well, welcome back to our post-game show, KW Trucking post-game show. A lot of excitement in St. Paul, Kansas, because the Indians have just won this sectional game against Osborne 35-24 with an 11-point victory and move on to the sub-state game.
Yeah, fun game to watch. Fought hard by both teams. A lot of credit to Osborne. They're a heck of a team. Got some really good players. Made a long trip down here, so wish them all well. Safe trip on their way home, and congratulations to them on a great season to get this far and playing a heck of a game tonight. But it's all right now about the St. Paul Indians. Everybody in the stands has now flooded the field, and the Indians out there celebrating their playoff victory here at home. And like you said before the break, if they're going on the road, doesn't matter. It's all about the win now, and hopefully they'll be able to keep things up next week, keep this train rolling.
So welcome to our KW Trucking post-game show as we're getting unhooked online here. So 35-11 was the final score as the Indians come out victorious and move on to the sub-state round. And last time I checked or got a score, I've been checking, but there's no update. Burlingame was leading West Elk by 10, so looks like the Indians will have to travel to Burlingame, but Indians will be excited to play that game. Burlingame has been favored, undefeated on the season. They've been favored in every game, and they look pretty much the number one. Well, they picked number one in the state right now by K-Preps, rightly so, with 13 seniors on that team. But Indians advance in a hard-fought football game here tonight. It was a good one, Mike.
Yeah, it was a dandy because St. Paul came out after half down. Actually, it was 16 points. It was 24-8 at halftime, and St. Paul came out after the half, gave up a touchdown right out of the gate with 10 minutes left. Osborne was able to get the big play off that we talked about. One of the things St. Paul needed to defend against in the second half was the big play, and they sure gave up one. It was the 62-yard hook and lateral play from Holloway to Holloway, then to Shure, and a 62-yard score by Osborne. They had things going their way, and then all of a sudden, about 3 minutes later, St. Paul's defense came and decided they were going to take this game over, and they did just that. Shut down Osborne, didn't allow them to score the rest of the game. After that point, it was all St. Paul just chipping their way out of the hole, digging themselves out. They got a couple of breaks, did some good plays. They had a 30-yard pass from Bravenborn to Caleb Pekka, probably the offensive play of the game for St. Paul. Another pass from Bourne to Carlson for 8 yards, and Bourne to Pekka again for 15. So Bravenborn throwing touchdown passes in the second half, really a big difference maker. Then they had the safety, which you don't see much in 8-man football. That was a big turning point. Osborne had the ball and an opportunity to drive the length of the field. St. Paul wouldn't have it. They forced Holloway out of the pocket in the end zone, got him to drop the ball a little bit, and then fumbled it out the back. So they got the safety. And then later on, with 2 minutes left, St. Paul comes in with Alejandro Mate. The second time this season they put Alejandro on the field during the game to kick a field goal, and Alejandro didn't let him down. It was a 2-for-2 field goal season for Alejandro so far, with a 22-yard field goal to cap things off, bringing St. Paul to a 35-24 victory tonight.
Well, what a heck of a ball game put together, and yes, a gutsy call. I was questioning whether or not you do it, because in 8-man football, when you line up for a field goal, that's pretty risky. It's been a long time since the Indians had a weapon as a field goal kicker. I mean, it's been way back 15, 20 years ago. Used to kick a lot of extra points and field goals, but Mate 2 for 2, how could you beat that if you're a field goal kicker?
Yeah, guts all over the place on the field. All the boys played hard. Big defensive plays by the whole St. Paul defense. Anthony Albertini coming through with a big tackle in the backfield. Good defensive pass coverage by the defensive backs. Really cleaned things up. And then talk about guts. Coach Watrick, with those big fourth down calls, he was not afraid one bit of the Osborne Bulldogs, and he knew that the boys could come through, and they did, and they came out of here with a big win tonight.
And Mike and I can't make a decision. I tell you what, rightfully so, we're going to go with Coach Watrick and the whole team, offensively and defensively, our players of the game, because it was definitely a team effort tonight on both sides of the football. A heck of a ball game put together by, just like Mike said, Coach Watrick. There was a couple times on 4th and long when we was only about the 35-yard line that you questioned whether or not you go for it, and Caleb Pekka, Bravenborn to Caleb Pekka matched up or paired up a couple times in that second half for big good passes and catches and the big third down plays. The Indians able to make some big plays, limited the mistakes in the second half was the key to that game.
Yeah, really cleaned up the mistakes in the second half. Matter of fact, St. Paul had 0 turnovers in the second half, gave up 2 in the first half to cost them both a touchdown. I'll run down the stats just real quick for St. Paul as we get ready to finish things up here. Dan Bravenborn, big night, both through the air and on the ground. Braven had 13 passes for 86 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns, both to Caleb Pekka. He also had 42 yards on the ground on rushing for 19 carries. So good night by Braven, both on the ground and in the air. Colin Carlson, first run of the game, big 21-yard gain. He ended up with 8 rushes for 45 yards. Adam Albertini, coming off of 2 weeks with a bummed-up ankle, didn't slow him down much tonight. Adam had 19 carries, really a workhorse for the Indians, 19 carries for 93 yards. Good job by Adam Albertini. Brendan Doherty had 8 yards receiving. Colin Carlson also had 8 yards receiving and a touchdown through the air. Like I said, Caleb Pekka ended up with 4 catches for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Indians. Big night all around offensively.
Big night all around by both offense and defense. Really, the Indian offense and defensive line did a well of a job. They give Bourne time to throw it. The Indians lined up, ran the football straight up and down the field when they had to, come out of that play-action pass, connected on some all-important. You hate to see the momentum change, but when Holloway went out, the younger Holloway brother went out, Indians' momentum really picked up from that point on.
Yeah.
So you hate to see an injury to anyone, so you hope that young man's okay because he had played a heck of a ball game. And between him, sure, the two Holloways, and sure, and Caden Miller and their line, a lot of weapons on that team. You could see why those defending state champs.
Sure could. They were a darn good team, and they're going to be darn good next year. If you remember, the Holloway boys, a junior and a sophomore, so we'll see them again, I'm sure. And Osborne got a lot to look forward to going forward into next year. It's unfortunate someone's got to lose a game like this just because it was such a hard-fought game and so much fun to watch. But in the end, a lot of credit to the Indians, and they deserve to celebrate tonight.
Been looking for an update on the Burlington game and West Elk, and I haven't found one since the second quarter. And then it was Burlington was ahead 29-14, up by 15. I see on Twitter they do call this the first upset in 8-man one, but I don't really call it an upset because I think the Indians came in here knowing that they matched up well with Osborne, knew they would have to play well, but also knew they had a home game and their home team or home crowd behind them, and I thought they was fairly not overconfident, just confident they could play with Osborne, and they proved that.
Yeah, and if you're going to call it an upset, they were evenly matched throughout the season. I gave some stats earlier on points allowed and points against, and really not much difference overall over the season. If you play the averages, give St. Paul a little home field advantage. They didn't have school today with the 4-day school week. They might have been a little bit more rested. Didn't have the long road trip. A lot of things that are stacked up in St. Paul's favor, and they were able to take advantage of as much as they could, come out of here with a big win.
Looks like Burlingame's leading the last is at half, 41-20, so up by 21. Mike, where is Burlingame? If we had to travel, you got any idea where that's at?
Burlingame would be up north, somewhere around Topeka, between Topeka and Lawrence, in that neighborhood.
Not a horrible road trip then, is it? So Indians, as it goes in the playoff schedule, the furthest west team will host. So West Elk and Burlingame is obviously both a little bit west of us. The only way that changes is if one team played at home, the other one was on the road, where West Elk, Burlingame traveled, so obviously they'll have a home game next week and in the furthest west. So if they come out of that West Elk game with a victory, St. Paul will travel to Burlingame, and they're a powerhouse, Mike. Indians will look at avenge a first-round loss to them last year, right?
Yeah, they'll be looking for revenge, but they're going to have their hands full. That Burlingame team is just as strong this year, if not stronger than they were last year. So the Indians got a lot of work to do this week getting ready for that game, but they also got a lot of confidence coming out of a big win. They know now that they can come from behind, so if they end up in a little bit of a hole, that's nothing to worry about. They've shown they're able to fight their way back and play good football, both offense and defense, and they really don't have a weak point, so a lot to look forward to. It's a bright future for St. Paul, and the future's in their own hands.
I want to thank Anna back in the studio. I want to thank the Chanute students and Mrs. Bagshaw for letting us stream online, using all their equipment, coming over here to St. Paul and supporting the local team. We really appreciate that, Mike.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we're going to try and see if we can arrange that for next week's game, too, so hopefully it'll work out.
I hope everybody enjoyed it online. I hope it worked good online. It was our first try at it. I hope our audio came across good. I hope we brought you a good game. Final score, Indians 35-24, come out victorious against Osborne, move on to the sub-state round next week on the road versus someone, possibly Burlingame. So I want everybody to join Mike and I next Friday night. Game and time, or day and time to be, it should be next Friday night. Game time will be announced. So listen to Larry this week on all our sister stations, 95.3, 105.5, and listen for updates. He'll sure bring you an update on when to listen in for St. Paul football. Mike, it's a fun game.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Enjoyed calling it with you, and we'll look forward to next week.
We'll see you next week. St. Paul travels on to sub-state. They come out victorious, 35-24. Everybody have a good weekend. You've been listening to St. Paul football on Hot 105.
Good evening, St. Paul Indian fans. It's time for Indian football here on Hot 105. Tonight's game brought to you by Farmers Bank, with 3 locations to serve you in St. Paul, Walnut, and Hepler. Your pregame brought to you by Richie's Drug.